Hey guys, it's Dude here with Misaki. Welcome back to Tsukihime. Last time we started CL's route, and here we're going to get the first major diversions for today. Five. Red Residue. 5th day, October 25th, Monday. I feel the morning sunlight. I keep my eyes closed as I try to fall asleep again, but the gentle sunlight keeps urging me to open my eyes. Slowly, I start to awaken. A quiet atmosphere. The air is comfortably cold, and the sunlight is warm enough. I guess the weather will be great today. Then I should get up and go to school. That's right, I have to go to school. The past 3 days, my life was chaos, and it made me forget I was a student. I wake up. I'm lying on my bed, and my glasses are on the bedside. I automatically put them on and look around. The sunlight streams so strongly in through the window, I almost expect to hear it pouring through. I take a quiet breath. I fill my lungs with fresh air, and it feels like my chest is purified. The clock is ticking. Small birds chirp in the window, the woods outside. I stay on my warm bed, aimlessly feeling the relaxed passage of time. This is, of course, another peaceful day. But I feel a bit unsatisfied. Although I'm back in this calm morning, I feel that there's something that seems out of place. Even though I killed that vampire with the black coat and everything is back the way it was, I'm feeling that something is missing. That's ridiculous. I shake my head and shake off that unimportant thought. And then...
Nishiki-sama?
Wah! I jump up into my bed. Now that I look, Hisui is standing quietly at the side of my bed. Hisui!
Please excuse me, Shiki-sama, but since you did not notice, I spoke.
Well, I mean, I'm sorry too. Hisui respectfully bows to me. She surprised me. My heart is still pounding rapidly. I like how he stutters in his narration.
You know, right?
Huh? But it's still before 7 o'clock, Hisui.
Yeah. It is a bit earlier than your usual waking time, Shiki-sama.
Well, yes. Then why are you here, Hisui?
I came to wake you up. Akiha-sama wants to know what you have been doing these last 2 days. So she wanted me to bring you no matter what.
Ah. I forgot. Come to think of it, I skipped school last Saturday and was with Arcade through all of Sunday. What's more, I came back late last night, snuck in like a burglar, and then went to sleep. Don't tell me Akiha's angry?
I do not know. Please confirm for yourself, Shiki-sama.
Isui's voice sounds very cold. Isui, you knew I came back?
Yes. I noticed when you returned early this morning around 2 o'clock. We saw you on the security camera when you were climbing the gates, Shiki-sama.
Does Akiha know this?
No. Only Ne-san and I know this.
That's good. Anyway, I think I avoided the worst possible situation. However, it's still pretty bad. Not informing her what I've been doing these last 2 days and returning in the middle of the night, it's pretty bad. Alright, I'll head down immediately. And if possible, I'd be happy if you tried to calm her down as much as possible.
Sama already appears calm. I think it'll be difficult for my words to calm her even more.
Ugh, one problem after another. I just got done with Nero, so I never thought I would face another life and death battle without even a rest break. Well, time to get up. I can't do anything staying in bed. I'll go after I change, so please go ahead, Isui. It's alright, I won't run.
Well, we will be waiting for you.
Well then, I should change quickly so Mr. Sakiha may pass judgment on me. Alright, I'm here. Now only a door separates me from the sitting room where Akiha awaits. No matter what the circumstance was, there's no excuse for skipping school and not coming home for 2 days. Oh, it's a choice. Doesn't matter. Last time we told the truth, I think, so, let's lie. Well, I'll just have to deceive her somehow. I don't think Akiha will understand about non-humans like Arquid and Nero, so I'll have to minimize my lying without telling the truth. Alright, let's go. Taking a deep breath, I open the sitting room door. In the sitting room, Akiha is on the sofa and Hisui is standing by the wall.
Morning.
Her gaze is telling me I am angry. Morning, Akiha.
Let's dispense with the greetings. Please sit here. I wish to speak with you, Nissan.
Her words are so forceful, I can't say no. I solemnly and calmly sit down on the sofa across from Akiha.
Nissan? This is very abrupt, but may I ask about these past 2 days?
Despite her polite language, Akiha's words are unmistakably a threat. But her Oni-chan cannot tell her such a story. About that, Akiha.
Yes, what is it?
The truth is, I ran into a minor acquaintance of mine, and I showed that person around the city.
Oh, a minor acquaintance?
Yeah, I got to know the person just recently, and we met just outside of school. I was asked to keep this acquaintance company until Sunday, so...
So you skipped school and stayed away from home without even notifying me or asking permission.
Akiha's gaze is extremely frigid. She seems even more shocked than angry. I remain quiet as Akiha stares at me wordlessly.
Who was it?
Eh?
I asked who this acquaintance of yours is.
She looks at me directly in the eye. I can feel her thinking I will not be deceived. Well,
If you can't tell me, that means you feel guilty about it, Nissan.
Her gaze shoots right through me. I get the feeling she'll attack me more if I look away, so I stare back at her. Well, this is totally random, but she does not remind me of the Akiha from back then. Her stretched back, her perfect posture, her unwavering eyes. Perhaps this is imprudent, but I honestly think she has become very beautiful. You know, Akiha,
What?
her eyebrows are pretty thick. Bam! Akiha's leg smacks the table as she jumps up. How do I say this? She's surprisingly surprised? I don't get you at all. That wasn't something to be surprised about. With a deep breath, Akiha slumps her shoulders.
Nissan? It seems like you do not wish to answer me seriously.
That's not right. Honestly, I won't lie to you. It's just that I have a lot of things I can't say to you.
Please. Really? Ever since we were small, I was never able to tell if you were an honest or a dishonest person, Nissan.
Really? I don't really remember how I was when I was small.
You don't have to remember. But I haven't changed either. Pressing you like this, even when I know how it will turn out, maybe I haven't grown up at all. I understand. Then I will no longer ask about this. But please refrain from doing anything like this ever again. Nissan, You're the eldest son of the Tono family. If you do not understand your position better, it will be very troubling.
Hey, that has nothing to do with this. Besides, you're now the successor to the Tono family, so it doesn't really matter what I do. If you're so worried about the future of the Tono family, you should go find a husband appropriate for the Tono household. For some reason, Akiha descends into silence. What's wrong? Are you feeling alright, Akiha?
It's nothing. If you have enough time to worry about me, please pay more attention to yourself. You have your chronic anemia to worry about, Nisan.
Well, it is true that I frequently clash from anemia.
Anyway, please do not leave the mansion by yourself often. Even without that, the city is dangerous recently. Someone like you, who meanders about in a daze, is just asking to be attacked by that serial killer.
Serial killer? Oh, those serial killings. Those serial killings where 9 victims have been found. The bodies were all drained of blood, so they call it the modern-day vampire, but... Oh, that's okay. Those incidents, they won't ever happen again.
Huh?
It means the vampire isn't around anymore. That killer is caught already.
Is that so? Nisan, how do you know about that?
Well, I just happened to see it, but for sure, such things will not happen again. Yeah, at least there won't be any more people killed by Nero. These past 2 days spent with Arcade, so many things happened, I really can't say just what is right and what is wrong. But the simple truth remains, I can say it was all for the best.
Don, what happened? You suddenly seem very happy.
Akiha looks strangely at my face. It's nothing. I just feel like that it is finally over. A smile unconsciously creeps over my lips as I answer. It's 7:30.
Tiki-san, breakfast is ready.
Kohaku-san's cheerful voice rings out from the dining room. Well, I'll go eat breakfast. Isn't it almost time, Akiha? Don't mind me and go ahead.
Yes, I know, Nisan.
Maybe it's because of our conversation, but Akiha is in a good mood. Rising from my seat, I head to the dining room. I really don't have an appetite. How come? Well, having white rice with something blood red all over it would make anyone lose their appetite. I shake my head. It's certainly just an illusion, and Kohaku-san's cooking looks excellent as always. Getting a hold of myself, I take a bite of the breakfast. I instantly spit it out. Akiha looks at me questioningly as I came out of the dining room so soon after I went in.
Did you forget something?
No, it's nothing. It's just something really trivial.
Shiki-san doesn't seem to have an appetite this morning. He just throws anything he eats back up, so I got him to take some medicine. Eh?
She said medicine, but it's really just some vitamins. I had a bad dream last night. I should settle down in a bit, so I'll eat at school. I didn't say this to Kohaku-san, but Akiha's eyes telling me she wants to say something. So I'll head out soon. My head should clear up once I start walking to school.
Wait, Nisan.
Akiha's voice came from behind me. I'm going. I'll be back early today, so you can scold me then. Ignoring Akiha's worried voice, I exit the mansion. Isui walks with me to the gate, carrying my bag. Well, I'll be going. Thanks for seeing me off, Isui. Isui wordlessly hands me my bag.
Shiki-sama, around what time will you be returning?
You don't trust me either? It's okay. I'll definitely be back in the afternoon.
I understand. Then please be careful on your way.
Isui bows deeply. Feeling a bit embarrassed about it, I leave the mansion's gate. Let me just pop save here. At the intersection, there are only the figures of my fellow high school students. No young woman sitting on the guardrail like that one time. Well, of course, I probably won't ever see her again. First of all, her goal was to execute the vampire, and with Nero gone, there's no reason for her to stay around here any longer. Just a little bit in my chest. Things like regret and lingering affection. It is true that she only brought trouble, but even still, it was fun being with her. I think there must be something wrong with me. Even though I was in such danger the whole time, there's still a part of me that unconsciously tries to remember her. It's almost like I'm in love with her. Even though I would never want to be exposed to that kind of danger again. Because I skipped breakfast, I arrive at the front gate 10 minutes before it closes. Everyone who doesn't have club activities before school arrives at this time. The only clubs that meet in the morning are the sports clubs. So naturally the entrance gets crowded with students. By the gate I see a familiar figure. Not even knowing what I plan on doing, I chase after her.
Tono, it's strange to meet you out here.
Yeah, I saw you from behind, so I ran after you. There was something I wanted to ask. I sneak a look at her face.
Yes, what is it?
She faces me with her usual gentle smile. Yeah, so this is that choice that sets the flag. As far as I can tell, that flag doesn't lead to a bad end at all, so... Let's ask about last night. I gather up my courage and ask her about last night. Senpai, last night, were you in the park? I thought I saw you wearing something like a black coat, with your skirt flowing in the wind.
Is
Well, yeah, the high-lace boots suited you. I was kind of fascinated. You looked really cool.
huh?
Senpai tilts her head. She frowns like she doesn't understand my words completely, and then denies it.
I don't quite understand, but what you're saying was that I was near your house 2 nights ago, looking like that?
Yeah, Senpai, that was you, right?
No way! Tono-kun, are you saying I look like I really have that much free time?
Senpai is really angry. She can't be playing ignorant or lying. No, that's not it, but I just saw someone that looked like you in the park last night, so... Senpai gives a sigh.
Tono-kun, that wasn't me. I don't have that kind of hobby.
I think we had this conversation last time. Yeah, I know, I just wanted to ask. Certainly after hearing her say that, she was right. Ciel Senpai and the person that night aren't related at all. In the first place, Senpai is just a normal person, and if she was actually there, she had to have seen me kill that vampire with my knife. If she saw such a gruesome scene, there's no way she could talk with me normally like this. Sorry, please forget about it. I guess it was just someone else.
That's fine, but did that person really look like me? That weird person?
Well, I'm not too sure. It was dark and far away. Huh? Yeah, it was far away and I couldn't make out her face. So why did I think it looked like Senpai? Maybe there's something wrong with me. I cross my arms and think. The 10-minute bell rings. Uh-oh, we'll be late. Well, bye, Senpai. See you later.
Yes, I'll come see you during lunchtime.
I fly into my classroom. It's still 5 minutes before class, so it's very noisy inside. Woo. I take a breath and head to my seat. With this much time left, I don't even need to run at all. Yo, Duke of Delinquency. From behind, I hear the voice I never look forward to. What's going on, Toto? I never heard you were skipping class. It's a lot of trouble. You have to tell me when you skip school and go play. Arihiko says those preposterous words with an unbelievably happy expression. Why should I have to tell you when I don't go to school? Isn't it obvious? When you don't show, neither does Senpai. So it's bad unless I think of something ahead of time. What's bad for this guy? Seriously, what happened? Since middle school, you've had anemia, but never skipped school. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the same set of dialogue. I thought... Yeah, I even see where the choices are the same here. Yeah. Just skip ahead to the next choice, I think, because, yeah... The other girl's absent.
Do any routes ever explain what happened to that other girl?
Hey, what was that? Sorry, you didn't.
Do any of the routes ever explain what happened to that other person, that Yumi Zuka person?
I assume so. Like, they wouldn't have made art assets for her if she wasn't important. Alright, so this morning I haven't really had an appetite. I don't feel hungry, so maybe I don't have to force myself to eat. If I eat, I might throw it up again and cause trouble. I should... well, I should have dropped a save there. Looks like that choice might be important. Let's not eat. I won't. Skipping 2 meals won't kill me. I'll pass. Do what you want. Seeing a vision of food with something red on it isn't something I want to do again. To be honest, I'm already feeling bad looking at Arihiko's sandwich, because there are many bright red tomatoes on it. What's this? You're becoming more and more unhealthy. Is your new lifestyle not suiting you that much? That might be it. They complain about me being late, and when I wake up at 7 o'clock, and curfews at 8 o'clock. If I spend the night somewhere without asking, they interrogate me afterwards. It's like prison, right? Isn't that alright? It's a proper life. Early to bed, early to rise, right? You won't be able to grow up to be a good guy if you burn out when you're young. I agree, but you seem to lend the argument more strength than anyone else. As the ultimate counterexample, that is. Oh yeah? You're pretty honest today. Alright. I'll split the sandwich with you. I said I don't want to eat. Don't worry about me and eat. Lunch will end soon. Okay, down the hatch. Arihiko holds a sandwich with both hands and begins to eat. And then... Misaki? Oh. I don't think it's picking up your mic.
Did it cut off?
Yeah. So I think like maybe your noise gate is too high or something. Like it's because whenever it's a very short sentence, it misses you completely, or sometimes it misses the first couple syllables.
Oh shit! I gotta look at that later.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone.
Senpai comes in with something that looks like a boxed lunch. Oh? Senpai, I thought you always hated the cafeteria.
No, I don't have a set lunch routine. It just depends on what mood I'm in.
Senpai takes out a boxed lunch wrapped in a cute handkerchief. But it seems like just a little too big for a girl. You managed to get up early and make lunch this morning?
Yes, that's it. I managed to wake up before 7 this morning, and... Wait a minute. What are you making me say, Tono-kun?
No, that's not what I meant, but Senpai, you're not a morning person?
I'm not good at waking up early.
Senpai suddenly looks like a student being scolded by a teacher.
My family owned a bakery, so we get up very early in the morning. But I'm terrible in the morning. My father would always get angry when I was a kid.
What? Bakery? Me and Arihiko look at each other. You must be imagining the same thing as I am. Ciel Senpai kneading dough with those white fingers of hers and baking it.
My daily battle with my father lasted 10 years, but in the end, he gave up and told me working two people's worth is better than trying to train me.
Since then, I can...
Oh.
Sorry, yeah,
Since
that's her.
then, I can wake up when I want to.
Ciel Senpai sticks at her well-developed chest. Oh, is that so? I'm a little surprised. You seem so reliable.
Yes, I always try hard not to make any mistakes in front of you. But really, I'm more of a clumsy person.
Yeah, maybe she is a bit clumsy. Come to think of it, I really started to get close to Senpai when I saw her, an upperclassman, all alone in the courtyard fixing those splints and helping her out. A really clumsy person would never do something like that. Would never do something that wouldn't benefit them at least a bit. I see, but I like people that are clumsy. I can relax better with them. Yep, Arihiko agrees next to me. So since you're not a morning person, you usually eat in the cafeteria?
Yes, although I usually eat in the cafeteria. There are times when I make lunch. Aren't you two part of the cafeteria group?
Nah, it depends on what mood we're in, too. When we were freshmen, my sister made me something, but Tono here would always eat in the cafeteria or buy bread, so I end up doing what he does.
I see. So Tono-kun is a person of many moods.
Yeah. Being with him will just drain you out, so be careful, Senpai.
That's true.
Senpai agrees and opens her opens her lunch. The round box is half rice and half side dish. It's pretty much a normal lunch, but it seems a little large.
And I'll start eating. Is it okay if I use this person's chair?
The person who isn't here has their chair up for grabs. I'm sure Takata-kun would love for you to have a seat, Senpai. Takata-kun is a guy who sits next to me. He's pretty plump, but a good guy. Sometimes he borrows money with the grace period, which lasts about until the end of eternity. Senpai doesn't put her lunch on my desk, but puts it in her lap. Next to her, Arihiko starts opening his second pack of bread while still standing up. Next to these two, I stare aimlessly out the window.
Tono-kun, are you not eating?
Put a save here. No, I thought I'd skip today.
Not eating. Won't that make you hungry?
No, not really. I'm not hungry, and skipping lunch doesn't affect me that much.
Wow, that's amazing. If I skip a single meal, I can't function. I just collapse of hunger. It's a little embarrassing. I always eat more than most people, and I still get hungry.
Not at all. Senpai, you've developed a lot more than other women. I'm sure you have to eat a lot to maintain that large chest of yours.
Wow.
Yeah, Arihiko speaks the truth. To tell the truth, we both want her to eat more and grow more. Is Senpai embarrassed or shy? She makes a face I don't quite understand. Well, I'm sure she's probably happy.
But Tono-kun, will you really be alright if you skip lunch?
I'll be fine. Skipping meals during the day isn't that rare. I only didn't eat breakfast, so I'll probably be fine until evening.
Wow, Tono-kun. Your body will break down with that kind of lifestyle.
It won't break. This is more of a mental restriction. Well, thanks to an accident long ago, my doctor told me it wasn't good to gain weight, so it's better for me to skip meals once in a while.
Huh? I guess even guys still think about their diet after all.
Senpai looks up at me for some reason, and after thinking a little bit, closes her lunch.
I just remembered I had something to do, so excuse me.
Gathering up her things quickly, she disappears like the wind. How cute. Arihiko comments on Senpai regretfully while watching her leave. After class, the room quickly fills with the gloom of dusk. The sun is sinking below the horizon. There's no one else in the classroom. I'm the only one who likes sitting here and doing nothing. The room is painted red. I don't like watching the sunset. It makes me think of blood and reminds me of the events of the past few days. Still, I don't particularly feel like going back home. I stare blankly out the window. Red. Red sunset. Ow. The old wound in my chest hurts. The color red. Something red. Such as human blood. Lots of blood. Sticky with a strong smell. Gah. It hurts. My glasses are on, but my head hurts. Why? Throbbing pain. My head. Why? My head. Why? Throw... What? Hey. I start to pant heavily. My breathing is ragged. I'm horribly getting worked up. I'm irritated. There's something I can't stand, and I can't calm down unless I take it out on something.
Tono-kun?
Huh? Senpai? Senpai has a very serious look on her face as she enters the room.
Heard sound like someone knocking over desks. Was that you, Tono-kun?
Eh? I turn around. Indeed, desks are strewn about and chairs overturned everywhere. Yeah, it seems so. I guess I got a little irritated for no reason. Did I really do this?
Please, you can't do that. I don't know what happened, but you shouldn't take it out on things.
Senpai starts to straighten out the desks and the chairs. I wordlessly do so too. Sorry, I don't quite know myself.
Tono-kun, you're acting weird. You were spaced out in the rain that time, and today you spaced out in the middle of all these jumbled desks.
Yeah, I'm tired and it's making me act weird. Take a deep breath. Is it because I saw Senpai's face? The headache and the irritation I had before vanishes like it was never there. Sorry I've caused you trouble again. I'll head out now, so see you tomorrow.
Oh, Tono-kun? Are you going back now?
Yeah, I nod. As if nothing had just happened before, she gives me a hearty smile.
What a coincidence. I was just thinking that I should go back too. Since it happens to work out, can I go back with you?
No, I really appreciate the offer, but isn't your house in the opposite direction? We can't exactly walk back together.
I know, so we'll be together until the gate.
Well, in that case, my pleasure.
Yes. I have to get my things, so please wait a minute.
With light footsteps, Senpai runs out of the room. It's really only a minute till she came back.
Things are waiting. waiting. Now then, let's go.
She really is cheerful. How should I say this? Just seeing her drives away the clouded feelings I had earlier. Having such a great person to ask me to come with her, I ought to be punished if I was still gloomy. Okay, let's go, but it's a pretty short trip to the front gate.
That's great. We'll have to go as slow as possible to make it worth it.
Senpai starts to walk. Following her, I leave the darkening classroom behind me. I walk through the hallway bathed in sunset with Senpai. While talking about pointless things, we walk as slowly as possible. There's such a wonderful atmosphere here. Thinking back, I spent the night in Senpai's room. Back then, my mind was filled with the fact that I killed someone, and after that, I forgot about it when I was with Arcoade. If it wasn't for that one night, I don't think I would have been here today as I am now. She doesn't bring it up, but I wonder what she thinks about that night. Did it feel like she was just lending a hand to a depressed lower-classman? Like picking up an abandoned puppy cast out in the rain? Senpai,
Yes?
Senpai looks over to me. Right when I was going to ask her about that night. Guru. I don't know what that's supposed to be. Oh, my stomach interrupts, growling audibly. No, not growling, it's more like a roar. Silence is a little uncomfortable.
Tono-kun, it seems you're hungry.
I guess so. Geez, do I get hungry even when I don't have an appetite? I let out a sigh. Looking at me, Senpai smiles.
Of course. Being human means you have to live.
No doubt. Come to think of it, I'm really starving. I hadn't realized it, but skipping breakfast and lunch really did take quite a bit out of me. I don't think I could last until dinner, so I should buy some bread on the way back.
Tono-kun, here.
Senpai presents me a pouch of cloth she is holding. I think it's her lunch.
Partly eaten, but is that okay?
Blushing a bit, Senpai says this embarrassedly. That's right, Senpai only ate half her lunch today. Finishing someone else's half-eaten lunch is a little embarrassing. Let's see.
I would take it.
Yeah. Yep, this. I don't care, I'll nod. Never mind that and just eat. I believe kindness should always be accepted. I'll take it. I'm hungry, so if you don't mind, I'll eat it. Yeah, even if it's a bit past the expiration date, I wouldn't mind.
Then let's go to the tea ceremony room. If we go there, I can get you some tea.
Senpai trots off down the hallway. Thanks for the meal. Bring my hands together briefly and start to dig into Senpai's lunch. Munch, munch. You eat without restraint while Senpai stares at me. Munch, 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 munch. I gulp some tea. Senpai keeps watching me.
Does it taste good?
It's cold and not very good. I think that comment was a little too honest myself, but it's my personality, so I can't change it. Senpai gives a small laugh as she looks directly into my eyes.
Tono-kun, you have quite a philosophic outlook.
She says this kindly. Huh? I don't get you, Senpai. Saying like that all of a sudden.
But it's true. Normally, people wouldn't eat another person's half-eaten lunch like that. But you don't seem to mind what others think of you, do you?
Really? I'm not that self-conscious. I just live honestly. But if living life without caring what others think is philosophical, then this person is much more of a philosopher than I am. If it was me, I could never mend the splints in the courtyard that everyone else ignores all by myself. In my opinion, I think you're more philosophical than I am, senpai. You're always living at your own pace. It feels so good just to watch. I speak openly. Of course, it was a compliment, but senpai says...
I see.
and slumps in disappointment. Senpai? Did I say something bad?
Yes, because normally, that's what they call an old spinster. I'm a girl, so hearing that is a shock.
For senpai, that must mean she's acting old rather than being philosophical. Oh yeah? So does that mean I'm acting like an old man now? Well, excuse me, I'm just a high school student bravely facing the dangers of life.
But you can't deny it, because a sitting cushion and a cup of tea really suit you. Always calm, you seem like a retired man.
Senpai giggles. I wanted to hear I was more a guy than that looks good in Japanese clothing, but if senpai says a retired man, then maybe that isn't a bad thing. Oh. Well then, fellow old-timer, how about we have a long chat over a cup of tea?
I'd love to keep you company, Shiki-san.
Ooh, first name. With a beaming smile, senpai pours some tea into my teacup. An hour passes. We talk together until 5:30, then we walk out of the gate before it closes and go our separate ways at the intersection. I head up the road and draw near the mansion. After a little more walking, I see Hisui standing there by herself at the front gate. I wonder what Hisui is doing. Tilting my head to the side, I head for the front gate. Hisui realizes I'm here and bows her head.
Welcome back, Shiki-sama.
Yeah, thanks, Hisui. I could barely reply since I'm bewildered by the respectfulness of it all. Were you waiting for me to come home?
Yes. Greeting the master is a servant's duty.
And answering very matter-of-factly, she doesn't even bat an eyelash. Hisui, I'm truly happy you waited to greet me, but there's really no need to wait outside. I'll come back on my own, so you can just greet me whenever you realize I'm back. Hisui's face clouds slightly. Oh, maybe she was waiting for me to return like this on Saturday and Sunday. Hisui,
I understand. Starting from tomorrow, I will await your return in the lobby.
Hisui gives a quick bow and opens the mansion gate. Hisui turns around and does so. Huh. For some reason, the atmosphere isn't exactly conducive to a conversation. Hisui closes the gate after I pass through, then she silently walks to the entrance to open the door and leads me into the lobby. I get to my room. Akiya isn't back yet from lessons. Kohaka-san is preparing dinner, and Hisui is cleaning the mansion. Geez, there's nothing to do. Well, then there's quite a mountain of studying, reviewing, and memorizing a student like me has to do. I just don't feel like doing anything. Suddenly, Arcwade's face flashes in my mind. Whether good or bad, it's probably just a reaction to the crazy 2 dates I just had. Perhaps spacing out here in my room will be good, giving my mind and heart a break. Let's put a save down. After eating dinner by myself in the large dining room, Kohaka-san treats my wounds and I go back to my room. Akiya didn't make it back in time for dinner. Her lesson was apparently going to last a while, so she was going to eat away from home. It's past 10 at night now. It's a bit too early, but since I'm exhausted, I should sleep early tonight. Oh. So, yeah, we're at the H scene.
Okay.
Alright, I guess we'll do CL this time. Alright, CL Senpai, perhaps? Right, let me just get up the, I forget, I think we got a ways into this before any CG appears, but just in case, let's put the screen up now. That's dumb. It can never be Senpai. Misaki?
Good evening, Tono-kun.
Eh? I jump up in bed. Senpai?
Yes. I wanted to see you, so I came.
Senpai says this with a smile as if it was the most natural thing in the world. She came to see me? No way.
But it's happening. In reality, I'm here right now.
That's why I'm saying this isn't real. It's already this late. This is my room, too, so it's not a place where you can just come in.
All possible, because this is a dream.
Eh? A dream? Huh? A dream, Senpai?
Yes, this is a dream you're seeing. Let's think of it that way.
That's interesting. Like, she just comes out and says it here. And Senpai smiles. Senpai is her usual self. We feel there's something incredibly wrong with her. Her eyes, normally full of kindness, now look like they're planning something. Her polite words are rather making me uneasy. No, what is most strange is that this is a situation where Senpai is in my room. Seal glanced at the clock. It's still past 3 o'clock in the morning. Such a thing. No. There can't be such a realistic dream. I get up from bed. Try to walk toward Senpai, who is in the middle of my room. Huh? My legs. My legs won't move at all.
Won't do. Moving on your own like that. Please stay there, Tono-kun.
Please stay here. Hold on, Senpai. My legs, why won't they move?
It's obvious because this is a dream. Tono-kun, do you still not believe me?
As if shocked, she raises her shoulders. But I'm the one who's shocked. A dream? Please stop fooling around. Why in the world are you in my room at this hour, Senpai?
Do you need to ask? There is only one reason for a girl to come to a boy's room, you know?
Blushing, she gives a smile loaded with meaning. Only one? Senpai? That's not... Oh, that's not to, make some delicious food or to play a card game, so...
Yes. Let's do something dirty.
With her normal carefree tone, Senpai says something outrageous. Hey, what are you saying, Senpai? Why are you thinking that all of a sudden? Wildly wave my hands in the air as I blush furiously. I don't know how the situation came about, but there's something definitely wrong with what Senpai is saying. First of all, she's my senpai. We're not lovers or anything, we're more like friends, and I really am happy for her to say that, but I'm mad at myself for thinking that way, and... Oh, enough already, isn't this strange? Wait.
Oh, oops.
Oh, enough already, isn't this strange? Why would you say such a thing to me? Senpai sighs.
I understand. You don't want to do it because it's me.
No, that's not it. Well, I mean, that's it. But isn't this odd? To me, you're an important confidant. And I thought our friendship had nothing to do with love. And I was thinking it would be great if all three of us, including Arihiko, could have fun together. So even if this is a dream, there's something wrong with this.
I see. I understand what you mean.
Senpai looks away from me. My legs that could not move before could not move before can move. I don't know why they weren't moving earlier, but I can now get Senpai out of the house.
Hanako?
Senpai's voice is sharp and unthinkably strict. Yes?
I had I would be more mean.
She grins. Senpai takes a step towards me. Hey, Senpai, stop fooling around.
I'm not fooling around. Isn't this what fooling around would be like?
Senpai snaps her fingers. At that instant, I suddenly fall back on my bed. What? What's going on? Both my hands are behind my back. Something like... Oh, okay. We're going there, huh? Something like a leather belt ties them together. Both my ankles are also tied with a belt and I can't move at all. Why is this happening all of a sudden?
Yes, this is a dream, so doing that is a piece of cake.
Alright, I think she's my favorite now. What? I strain my arms trying to break free. The belt groans under the stress, but it doesn't even seem like it'll come off. What are these, chains? These facts are suddenly weighing down on me. Looks like my hands and feet cannot be freed. The Seal Senpai before me is not like her usual self. I don't feel like I'm in any danger, but I feel really uneasy. Let's do something dirty. Senpai said that. To have her say that in a room at night with the two of us, it's more strange not to be excited. In reality, my heart is pounding so hard it feels like it'll explode. But there's still something wrong. It feels like there's something wrong to do such a thing with Senpai. I don't care about anything now. My mouth isn't gagged, so if I shout, Hisui would probably come.
Will do. If you shout, won't someone come here? And if they do, what would you tell them?
Senpai gets on the bed. The bed creaks under the weight of two people, and then the sound of a ribbon being untied. What? Without time to stop her, no, my thought to stop her was probably beat by my desire to see it. And then... Okay, got our first CG. She's on the bed there. Nude. I can only hold my breath as Senpai takes off her clothes and even her underwear. Senpai.
See, it's already over. If someone came now, you would be the one in trouble.
With a wicked smile, she mounts the bed, crawling towards me like a cat. My throat is hot. My head is swimming like I'm drunk, and I can't think of anything to say, or what I should do, or what I was doing before now. I swallow hard. Before me is Senpai, who isn't wearing so much as a stitch of clothing. What I should do right now is look away and try not to see her naked body, but my body doesn't listen to my mind's recommendation. Her well-developed, soft-looking breasts, her bare white skin entices me. I can almost smell its lasciviousness. My heart explodes with excitement. I know I shouldn't look, but her voluptuous body captivates both my mind and my eyes. Okay. Oh my god.
Wow, Theo.
Yeah, she's
Senpai.
Alright, so yeah. She's threatening him with non-consensual sex, but thinks that would be boring. With a strange smile on her lips, she slowly crawls closer. It's different. I said she looked like a cat earlier, but it's different. What creeps toward me isn't a cat, but a panther stalking its prey. Senpai, stop fooling around. Please put your clothes back on. I managed to resist my desire long enough to push these words out.
Jeez, Tano-kun. It seems that you don't understand your situation yet.
She makes a disappointed sound and looks at me.
right now, there's only a few places you can move. And when you say things like that, it makes me want to tease you more.
Senpai? Suddenly she disappears. There's no one on the bed. I can't see her anywhere, and all I can feel is someone's presence in the room. Ooh. What? Suddenly from behind, she blows into my ear. Senpai?
Did I surprise you? I didn't mean to, but you must be sensitive. So I guess I surprised you, Tono-kun.
Saying that, she presses her body up against my back.
You shouldn't make so much noise. In the middle of the night like this, someone just might come check up on you.
So I'd like to point out, they haven't actually shown Tono tied up or anything yet. It's just this one image of CL naked so far. Just since the viewers can't see it. I hear her voice directly behind me. Her fingers slide along the back of my neck. A shiver runs through me. My heart pounds desperately in my chest. Thump. As if acting in concert with my pulse, my mind floods with lust. Stop. Hey, senpai.
Goodness, do you hate me that much, Tono-kun?
That's not it at all. From my neck to my back, as if to embrace me, her fingers come to my chest. Soft sensation. From behind me, I can feel the sensation of her soft breast pressing against my back. This isn't good. I have no intention of doing anything, but I am a guy, so...
So I came here like this. Even if you're stubborn, I thought you would be honest in your dreams.
She whispers in my ear. Her lips are so close that her breath plays along my skin. A dream, really?
Yes. If this wasn't a dream, we couldn't be doing this.
Hey, then even if I do shout, no one would come then. Trying to resist the growing pressure in my groin, I speak haltingly. Senpai chuckles by my ear.
They will come. If you shout, your sister will get suspicious and check on you. This is that kind of dream.
That is maybe a reality that cannot truly be called a dream. Her fingers glide down my chest. One by one, her fingers, like the legs of a spider, teasingly make their way downwards. My pulse is racing. Before I realize it, I'm completely naked and already fully erect. Slowly and lightly. The fingers continue their descent.
Now then, the teasing will begin. Please prepare yourself, Tono-kun.
Her fingers touch my bare shaft. I feel a hand other than mine surround me. Just by itself, it is embarrassing though, but since it's Senpai's fingers, I feel so embarrassed I want to die. Alright, I think we can start skipping ahead now. Right. Seems like she's going to give him a hand job.
Funny how unwilling he is for Dream Senpai.
He's
And
he
maybe
tries
they're
to move
not
his
showing
arms.
cheeky right now because it's so rare. He actually had all his clothes taken off.
Oh. Wait. What was that? Speaking seductively, she slips her red tongue into my ear. Okay. Just, kind of surprised how lazy they got with the CG here, though, because so far it's just this one image. They haven't even had any variation yet. And I guess there's probably another scene later, so... King. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, sorry folks, there's not much going on here just yet, just, you know, hand job.
Her nails are digging into.
Yeah, that doesn't sound pleasant.
Dream Senpai, you're mean.
He's still bound. But okay, that's a weird way to phrase that. I'm oozing as much fluid as a woman, but I haven't come even once. She's been teasing him for too long. He's hasn't been able to actually, you know. Okay, so he came.
See?
Uh,
Oh. Right,
yeah.
Tono-kun?
This can't be happening. Her slow moving smooth fingers are gone, and I'm harder than ever. It's so hard. My shaft is so full, and it's still tripping. I know, but he hasn't come yet. No. Still on the edge. She wants him to say it. He finally says that he wants her to continue. She gives him a reward for being honest. Okay. Alright. Blowjob now.
Earlier it said she took all his clothes off, and now he has it back on.
Yep.
I mean, that is Shiki's kink. He always seems to like with clothes
Yeah.
on.
No sign that he's actually bound either, because if his legs are bound, then isn't she like slipped between him or something? But she should be between his legs right now. If like, are they like wrapped around her? If his legs are bound, you know?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so trying to avoid Bukake, but jeez.
She's going to break him, she said.
Yep. She's sticking her tongue in the hole. Alright, he finally came. The chains disappear. She keeps sucking. Oh, okay, right to the next day, I guess. Didn't even show the shot. Alright, I believe we're in the clear now. Let me just switch back. 6. Bow in the Sky 1. 6th day, October 26th, Tuesday. Morning? I dazedly open my eyes. Sunshine pours in from the window, enveloping the room with a warm atmosphere. Let me put a save down, by the way. I stare down at my hands. They're a little sweaty. My body is drenched in sweat as well, as if last night was incredibly hot. What's more, I'm panting heavily. Alright, I need to calm down. First I'll catch my breath and then close my eyes. This is my room. It is before 7 in the morning. I'm the only one here, and of course Senpai is nowhere to be found. Just as she said, it was all a dream. Yeah, I know. I know it was a dream. Now that I'm calm, I know she won't ever do anything like that. And that means what happened last night was not real. Let out a deep breath. All the same, I definitely still feel vestiges of her touch lingering on my body. Like the sensation of her breasts as she embraced me from behind in her underwear and her dancing fingers. Maybe just... I guess we're still technically in the scene, even though the CGs are over. I know it was a dream, but it felt too real. It makes me think it was real. All the same, it has to be a dream. I can't tell if that's something I should be happy or disappointed about, but it's all just my imagination anyway. But why? Why did I see that kind of dream? I know Senpai is my important friend, but does having a dream like that mean I see her as a woman too? Just thinking of it, the overly real memory of her skin rushes back. To make sure I'm not still dreaming, I hug myself. Yeah, this is definitely real. Her skin was so fundamentally different from a guy's skin like this. So soft, so warm. And she was really mean. Just thinking about it makes my breath go wild. Well, maybe I went through a lot of bad things, but it's true that it did feel exceedingly good. I should feel a bit guilty dreaming about doing that to Senpai, but I recall the dream and just sit there thinking about it. But then...
Shiki-sama?
Why? I flail around off my bed as if trying to escape. No, in fact, I was trying to escape, but it just ended up with me landing on the floor with the sheets. Hisui! How long have you been standing there?
Since before you awoke, Shiki-sama.
She speaks with her usual lack of expression. Still lying on the floor, tangled in the sheets and unable to stand, I look up at Hisui's face. Before I woke up, then that means Hisui saw my face when I was having that dream? My face turns deep red. Hisui just stands there, expressionless as usual, and makes no attempt to speak. Did I look strange?
Do not wish to describe it.
I knew it. I knew it. It must have looked really weird.
But if you insist, Shiki-sama, I can describe it as accurately as I can.
No, you don't have to do that. My face is still flushed. I speak in a fading voice. Hisui-san. I give a cough to clear the silence. Adding san to her name is a clear sign of my vulnerability.
What is it, Shiki-san?
I'm going to change, so would you mind waiting outside? Or rather, I'm so embarrassed I just want her to leave. But Hisui doesn't obey today of all days.
Once I can confirm you're awake, I will leave the room, Shiki-sama.
I think this part is where it reconverges with the Arcuid one. Yeah, let's skip ahead here. Where's my own fault for having that kind of dream about Senpai? Guess it is my fault. With a good person like Senpai, why did I have a dream like that? Give a sigh of self-loathing. But I can tell that I won't forget that dream anytime soon. After calming down sufficiently, I head to the sitting room. As usual, Akiya is sitting on the sofa, elegantly sipping tea.
Good morning, Nissan. You were certainly up early this morning.
She must be happy I woke up because she greets me with a smile. Yeah, good morning. There were, well, a lot of things going on this morning. As soon as I say that, I suddenly recall the memory of Senpai's tongue. Let's put the screen up real quick just in case. I don't think it's going to do that until later, but... Okay, no. This isn't good. I can tell my face is blushing beyond my control.
Nissan?
A brief clamor.
What's wrong? Your face is red. Do you have a fever?
Rushing over to me, she looked up at me from below. But in doing so, from this angle, Akiya sighs.
You do seem to have a fever. Kohaku, come quickly. Nissan doesn't seem to be well.
Akiya calls out to the dining room. Kohaku-san has to be preparing my breakfast in the kitchen. I'm fine, it's just a minor cold, so don't worry.
It is a cold. Then I can't let you go by. For you, a trivial illness is a big deal. The strength of your immune system is much lower than most people's.
Akiya seems to be fed up and puts her hand on my forehead. The sensation of her cold, delicate hand. This isn't good. This isn't good at all, so I break loose and run out to the lobby. Footsteps echo as I dash off.
Shiki-sama? Have you finished your breakfast already?
No, that's not it, but, where's my bag?
I have your bag here. Are you already going to school?
Nodding, I snatch my bag from Hisui. I'm going. Don't worry about seeing me off.
Nissan, you've been acting strange. What are you doing with a fever like that?
Jeez, I told you it's nothing. Since it's nothing, I'm going to school. I'll have breakfast later, so leave me alone.
Hey, Nissan?
The sound of my fleeing footsteps is my only response. No, wait, it's just sigh. Even if it is Akiha, she won't chase me this far. Since we're not kids anymore, she won't stop me from going to school. Whew. I take a deep breath and I'm finally able to calm down. What am I running away for? Once I calm down, I can think clearly. I didn't do anything wrong, so there's no need for me to run away like that. I don't believe it. I look like a complete idiot. But to go back to the mansion to eat breakfast sounds more dumb. To school then? Laying out a sigh, I go downhill along the residential street. Oh, okay, skip. Okay, so this is where we're at. He goes to talk with CL in the hallway. See, we tried surprising her last time. This choice doesn't actually matter, but go to the hallway and talk to her. Well, if she's walking around my classroom like that, maybe she does want to talk, want to see me for something. I wonder. All right, so last time, like, there was a flashback to the H scene when he met Arcuate again. So there might be a flashback here. So I'm gonna put the screen up. She normally just walks in without hesitating. Or did she finally realize it's strange for a third year to come to the second year's classroom? No, that definitely can't be it. Nodding to myself, I go to the hallway. Senpai.
Tono-kun?
Senpai seems rather surprised. I called her name and Senpai seems rather surprised I called her name and stands there with her mouth open. What are you doing?
Class is about to start. Oh, oops.
Yeah, what are you doing? Class is about to start, so why are you still hanging around here? Senpai looks at me in amazement, then looks away.
What am I doing? That is not any of your business, Tono-kun.
No, well, maybe it isn't. No, I was lying. It is a little. Wait, well, wait. I lost track of who's talking. Yeah, that is her line. I thought she was looking away, but she starts sniffing me. Senpai? Having her stare right at me like this makes me remember my dream.
Tono-kun? What's wrong? Your face is turning red.
It's nothing. Just, I had a bad dream. I don't feel very well. I think I'm honest as I don't say I don't feel bad at all.
Tono-kun?
She looks at me with a very serious expression. Senpai? I'm perplexed. I feel as if Senpai is reading my mind, and I remember more and more of last night's dream.
Tono-kun, you said you had a bad dream. What does that mean?
It doesn't mean anything, and it's none of your business. Don't worry about it, and I'm asking you what you're doing.
It is my business. Tono-kun, you didn't sleep well last night, did you?
Eh? Well, she's right, but... Senpai, how do you know about that?
Because your face is all red. I don't know if you're sick, but you don't look well, Tono-kun.
Oh, I see. I was surprised for a moment there. She guessed right about last night, so I thought...
About this dream, Tono-kun. Please tell me what kind of dream it was.
Senpai asked me again, as she hasn't given up. Fine, it's not a big deal, really. Just, you're in it a little. I answer reluctantly. All of a sudden.
I was in it?
Senpai gets mad. Senpai? Senpai quickly steps away and stares at me. Senpai looks like she wants to say something more, but she just gives a quick bow and runs away. I tilt my head in confusion. Then the homeroom bell echoes through the hallway. Okay. False alarm there. Oops. I know there is a scene later with Arcade where he'll probably flash back to it, so I just want to make sure I have our bases covered. At lunch break, that guy who didn't even show up for a single class arrives. Yo, Tono! Food, let's get some food. He's happy about something, but even more energetic than usual. Of course, food. But you seem to be in a great mood. Did something happen, Arihiko? Yep. I just asked Senpai if she wanted to eat lunch together, and she refused. That's odd. Wait, yeah, this looks the same as last time. Yeah, I think it's just a different scene because we had the H scene with CL. Oh wait, I think this part's different. Oh man, she really hates you, Tono. Her rifle's losses my gain, so I'll treat you to lunch today. No, this scene is different. I think I got that. I'm not finished, so I asked Senpai why not. She said, if Tono-kun is there, then I don't want to come. Isn't that great, Tono? That's odd. Why haven't I been friends with this guy since middle school? Oh, she really hates you, Tono. Ralph's lost my gain, so I'll treat you to lunch today. Arihiko's lost my back. Well, I'm happy you're treating me, but Senpai is angry at me? Well, after she asked, will Tono-kun be with us, and I nodded, her face turned all red. As soon as she said your name, her face probably burned with anger. Probably. Isn't that a little different, Arihiko? Maybe. Maybe not. Arihiko's story can't be trusted. Certainly Senpai did seem angry this morning, but I didn't know why she would be. No way, she couldn't have realized what kind of dream I had. Alright, again, sorry I have to keep putting the screen up, guys, but I don't want to take any risks after what happened during the Arcade route. If she could figure out from that one conversation, she'd make a great detective. Hey, stop whining. Let's go, Tono. There's only seats enough for half the people in the using the cafeteria. No, okay. Choice here. Wait, what? Oh, I see. Yep. Okay, so looks like this is where we fully split off onto the CL route. Let's just see if see what these choices do, because no, even if she hates me, I'll go see Senpai. I think we're in the clear now, also, so I can put the screen back up. I'll pass. I'm gonna buy some bread and eat by myself. Really? I'll go ahead. Arihiko goes off to the cafeteria. Well then. I also get out of my chair and head over to the tea club room where Senpai may be. I stand before the tea ceremony room. Of course, I bought some food for myself before I came. Knock, knock. I tap on the door. Hear some scuffling inside and sense a person on the other side.
Who is it?
I can hear Senpai's voice through the door. It's me. Senpai, would you like to eat lunch with me? There's no answer. Senpai, I said lunch.
I'm not eating with you, Tono-kun.
That voice doesn't sound happy at all. I'm not sure what to do. I have some curry bread. I pull out my secret weapon.
Tono-kun, do you think I can just be bought with food?
Senpai shouts from the other side. Maybe this less than 100 yen bread didn't work. Jeez. I think trying to barge in would make her more angry, so I guess I should just go back. And then...
Well, I guess I'll have some, though.
She opens the door and stands in front of me. Senpai?
Think of it. I shouldn't be taking this out on you, Tono-kun.
Turning away a guest that came here would be a little rude. No, sorry. Yeah.
Turning a guest away that came here would be a little rude.
With a red face, she mumbles something like an excuse. Senpai, does that mean we can eat lunch together?
I don't mind if you take it that way. If you like this room that much, then please come in.
Senpai goes to the tea ceremony room. Following behind her, I walk inside. So it looks like two different scenes. When you choose to go CCL, there's two different scenes here depending on whether or not you tripped a certain flag earlier in the story. I guess that has to do with scoring points with her at some point. So I'm not sure exactly which thing that was, but I start to eat with Senpai. Even though I got the impression that she was in a bad mood from Marihiko and her reaction back then, it certainly doesn't seem that way. Senpai, I heard from Marihiko, but you're angry at me? How come?
No, I'm not really angry at you. It's more of an indirect thing. Maybe it's more your insensitivity?
Wait a sec, Senpai. You're normally a hard person to understand, but today you're even more so. If you're angry at my insensitivity, that's fine, but what do you mean by maybe? Senpai, you don't understand how you feel? She sighs.
A little unsure. I'm not usually concerned with myself.
Senpai almost sounds apologetic.
Probably, I don't like myself.
Senpai? Senpai sits in silence without looking at me. After a short moment of silence, she suddenly glares at me.
More importantly, Tono-kun.
Yes? Straightening up, I look back into her eyes. Since I know she's about to begin a very serious conversation. What is it, Senpai?
I have that curry bread.
What's that all of a sudden? Did you just say you won't be bought out by food?
That's a different matter. Tono-kun, are you trying to take back what you said earlier?
Senpai is really angry. It was just a joke for me, but I guess she took it very seriously. Yes, I understand. Please accept this, Your Highness. Hand over the curry bread. Giving that up, I only have some sausage bread left.
Yay.
Senpai happily takes it from me. Is she a kid or something?
Then I will give you some of this hamburger.
Sounds like a good trade to me.
Here you go.
Senpai says that she gives me half of it from her lunch. I think the difference in the barter exchange rate was a little high. After we finish our meals, we pass the time while sipping tea. Perfectly tranquil passing the time. A perfectly tranquil passing of time. It seems like she's not conscious of my presence, and I'm not especially conscious of her presence either. Just calmness. Like two friends of the same gender, we pass the remaining break time like this.
Hey, Tono-kun.
Yes? What is it, senpai?
I've been thinking about this for a while, but your glasses aren't used to correct your vision, right?
Wow, you're amazing, senpai. Bullseye. They're just for show.
I knew it.
Senpai nods.
Hey, Tono-kun, could I ask you a favor?
Senpai looks expectantly at my eyes. Not so much my eyes, but my glasses.
Just once, could you take off those glasses?
Let's put down a save here. That would be troubling. Taking these glasses off would mean I could see those lines, and more importantly, I don't want to see the death of this person close to me. I can't do that. Fortunately, I'll never take these glasses off in front of others. It's kind of like a vow, so I'll reject your request. I answer clearly. Senpai slups disappointedly.
Huh, if you say so. Then I guess it's not possible.
Yes, because these past 8 years I never took them off in front of other people, but that's right. That ended. With these eyes, I saw the death of many, many things.
Tono-kun?
Yeah. What is it, senpai?
Do you mean what is it? Suddenly spacing out like that. Lunch break is almost over, you know.
Oh, that's true. I thought we had about 10 more minutes.
Yes, we did have 10 minutes. But you were just spaced out for that long.
Senpai gathers up the cups. Huh? Was it really 10 minutes? While I'm still tilting my head in curiosity, I help Senpai tidy up the tea ceremony room and then leave. Classes end again with plenty of time to spare. Oh, okay, what do we have here? Okay, one of these triggers increases a flag, but I'm not sure what that flag does. Yeah, I made a save here, so if it leads to a bad end or something down the road, we'll just go back. Go to the tea ceremony room. I hurry to the tea ceremony room. Senpai has her hands on the door as I arrive. Senpai.
Tono-kun, are you going home now?
No, I thought I'd talk with you a little bit. You're going to have some tea now, right? I was thinking of joining you.
No, I'm going home now. I have something to do, and this month club funding is getting a little low.
I see. All those tea snacks were bought with club money. Come to think of it, a club that can buy snacks with its own funds has to be wonderful.
So I can't keep you company. Tono-kun, do you have any plans after this?
Me? No, not anymore.
Well then, care to walk with me to the front gate?
Yeah, it would be my pleasure. Senpai grins and nods and walks by my side. We decide to walk together for 5 minutes to the school gate. Without any serious talks between us, we arrive at the school gate. Well then, see you tomorrow, senpai. Raising one hand, I start off down the road in the opposite direction from her.
Oh, please wait. I have something I want to ask you, Tono-kun.
What is it?
Yesterday, you said there was someone that looked like me. I kind of got curious, so I wanted to hear a bit more about it.
Her eyes burn with curiosity. But to me, that's not something I really want to recall. Sorry, I don't want to talk about it. It was just a mistake I made, so it's okay. I look away from Senpai as I give a vague excuse.
Is that so?
Senpai quickly ends her questioning.
Well, you saw that person late at night, right?
Oh.
Tono-kun? I think walking around late at night like that is pretty dangerous. Those serial killings have been continuing, you know? If you meet that serial killer, that would be terrible, wouldn't it?
Senpai, you're worried about me walking out late at night?
Yes, you're a good person. So you're the type that'll get easily tricked and put in danger.
Senpai looks like she is seriously worried. Yeah, her concern makes me extremely happy. Thanks, Senpai, but it's alright. The one behind those incidents is gone.
Eh? Gone? What do you mean?
Crap, Nero is a secret between just me and Arcoade. I can't talk to Senpai about it, and besides, it's no use telling her about it. Yeah, that's right. It's dangerous to walk around at night, really.
Anyway, from now on, please stop walking around at night. You're a good student.
Yeah, I know. I'm not sure about being a good student, but I won't play around at night anymore, like you say. Senpai stares at me. Does she not believe me? She doesn't seem convinced. I get it, then I promise. I stick out a hand. Senpai, I owe you one for that time, so I'll do as you ask. So it's a promise.
You want to shake hands?
Yeah, we're a bit too old for picky promises, so we'll shake hands. After standing there a little perplexedly, Senpai takes my outstretched hand.
I understand. It's a promise, Tono-kun.
She shakes my hand up and down.
Well then, goodbye. Let's meet again at school tomorrow.
Wrapped up in the sunset, Senpai disappears. After watching her go, I decide to head home too. I walk up the road and back to the mansion. It's not quite 6 o'clock yet. There's still an hour until dinner, so I'll kill some time in my room. Dinner is over, and it is now nighttime. A rare event. Akiha, Kohaku-san, and Hisui are all in the sitting room, so I join them for some after-meal tea. Put a save down.
Is that so? I like the second one rather than the first one. I think the taste is more refined. It's a difficult choice. The difference in taste is great, but everyone handles the different concentrations in varied ways. But Kohaku, you like Japanese tea better, right? I think Hisui prefers English tea. Hisui-chan does not mind blands that much. She may look sensitive, but Hisui-chan is. Ne-san? Sensitive like she looks. See? There isn't anything she can't do, like cleaning or sewing, Shiki-san.
Kohaku-san suddenly engages me in conversation. Hisui's glances seem somewhat scary too. Are you telling me that, Kohaku-san?
Because Hisui-chan is your servant. You surely know about her sensitiveness, right?
Well, I quickly look over at Hisui. I never noticed, they have different colored eyes. Hisui stands there quietly with something like an air of an attack around her. No, I don't think she's that sensitive. She takes care of things quickly, even when I mess something up. And she doesn't get angry like someone else when I come home late.
Nissan, don't you know it is perfectly natural for someone who breaks curfew to be scolded?
I know, but isn't 8 o'clock a bit too early? I'm not a little kid, so let's make it like 10 o'clock from now on.
I refuse. You don't have any reason to stay out that late anyway. It's not like you have a craft school or a club to attend.
I can't really rebut? I can't really rebut her when she brings that up. Someone free like me coming home late means that I'm out playing around.
Shiki-san, it is as Akiha-sama says. It's dangerous out there recently, so please don't go out at night, okay?
Dangerous? You mean like those serial killings?
Yes.
Kohaku-san nods. It almost makes me laugh. The one doing that, Nero, was no more. But the only ones who know that are me and Arcwade, and other people are still frightened about the shadows of the dead killer.
This morning, they found another victim in the shopping district. That's the 11th victim, you know? The 11th victim.
Wow, 11th? That's amazing. That's a baseball team. Wait a minute. Kohaku-san.
Yes?
What you just said, is that true?
Yeah, it's true. It was in this morning's news. It seems like it happened last night, but just like all the others, all the blood was drained completely.
What? That's weird. Because Nero is dead. How could someone who died 2 days ago kill someone the day after? No way. Did he not die? No, that's definitely not it. He definitely died. So how come? Then maybe, if the vampire roaming the streets disappeared, but these incidents are still happening, then the only vampire left in the city is her.
Good night, Shiki-sama.
Yeah, good night, Hisui. The door shuts softly, and I'm left in the room alone. Another victim appeared. Another victim killed by a vampire. It can't be Arcade, right? She said she doesn't suck blood, and more than that, I don't think anyone who acts that human could do that. I only spent 2 days with her, but I can't believe she would do anything bad. With her prettiness, her great smiling face, she can't suck someone's blood and discard them on the street. But there's been another dead body found. I should just meet her once more and ask her about it. Saying that aloud, I quickly act on it. I take the knife I used to fight Nero and sneak quietly out of the mansion. Going out into the street, I start to search for Arcade. My lungs feel like they're going to burst. I stopped running and catch my breath. My body, which was running non-stop until now, wheezes to try to suck in more oxygen. My panting fills the air. This is no good. I can't find her. I ran down the street and to her place, but I still couldn't find her. That Arcade. She's always around when you don't need her, but when you try to find her... I speak those words selfishly. It's been 4 hours. It's almost midnight, but I still don't see Arcade anywhere. For some reason, I thought optimistically that I'd find her easily once I started looking for her. I want to see her, and when we last parted, she said, "See you later." Shit, where'd you go, Arcade? For some reason, I'm getting very annoyed. I keep thinking I'll see her soon, but I don't. This is killing me. I thought we'd see each other again. What is that? It's like I'm in love with her, but that... That's stupid. Wait, did he learn about her backstory at this point? And it's weird that it's weird that that image flashed back because I don't think he knew about that yet. Forcing a grim smile, I shake that thought from my mind. Oh wait, no wait, was that after during the Nero fight maybe? I don't know. Check out the park, and if I don't see her there, I'll go back. Taking a deep breath, I walk to the park. 2 nights ago, that park where so much happened, the park where I parted with Arcoade. There's something different about the park. Lampposts are off. Save it down here. The lampposts throughout the park are all turned off. The moonlit park seems more solitary than usual. Is it a power outage? I look around me. Outside the park, the lights are all working. The only lamps not working are within the park itself. Clang. What was that just now? I hear something. The clamor sounds like it's coming from a fight. I'm curious. There's no basis for this, but this late at night, if there's any sort of trouble going on, I think it has to involve her. Alright. Trying as hard as I can to be silent, I head towards the source of the sound. I can see 2 figures facing off. Someone is wearing dark black garments, and I can't tell who it is. But I can easily tell the other one. White garments and golden hair that can be easily spotted even in just the moonlight. Arcoade. Arcoade is being attacked by this black human shape. That black human shadow is carrying something like a sword, and it isn't something like a simple fight. Sword in hand, it jumps towards Arcoade. Arcoade deflects the blade, coming in towards her chest with her hands, and lightly contacts the chest of that black shape. In the next instant, that sword-wielding shape flies through the air like a soccer ball. Thump, roll, roll, roll. Falling down the brick pathway in the park. Keeps rolling as if easing the fall. No, to be more accurate, it rolls right towards me. It's dark and I can't tell, but in front of me is the shape that stops rolling and regains its feet. I think that's CL. A sharp cut-off voice. Aha. Fascinated by this display, I let out a breath of admiration. Suddenly, the sword-carrying figure ceases all movement. I think that...
Him saying I'm seen?
Yeah. The figure finally seems to realize I'm here, and then it leaps towards me with sword in hand. Oh, maybe it's not CL. Yeah, the cutting blade of the sword rapidly arcs towards my throat. This flying speed, this accuracy, surpasses that of Nero's beasts. Shadow's movement is as fast as Arcoade's when she was tearing apart Nero's beasts. The sword pokes slightly at my neck. Thump. My heart accelerates to a feverish pitch. I don't even have time to think of the danger or to evade. My thoughts are filled only with death. The sword doesn't pierce my heart, but stops suddenly. Oh no, it is her, okay. Senpai. Our voices overlap. Both of our voices are drowned in disbelief. Seal Senpai and I stare at each other in amazed shock.
Cheeky, get away from her.
Arcoade's voice calls from far away. Arcoade dashes towards us. Senpai glares at me with eyes that seem to belong to another person. Like that, she turns around and runs off. Why? Senpai is completely gone. That black figure, Senpai wearing those dark clothes. The person who saved me 2 days ago when I was nearly killed by Nero's crows. But Senpai said she wasn't... Wait, Senpai,
Shiki,
she said she wasn't her here. Sorry, she said that wasn't her. So why?
Shiki,
I suddenly realized Arcoade in front of me. Arcoade.
are you alright? Did she do anything to you?
Just like Senpai before, she looks at me intensely. But that doesn't matter. Did she do anything to me? I touched my neck that had a sword on it until now. There's a light, sharp pain. The finger that touched my neck is faintly painted red. Senpai's sword has cut my throat only a few millimeters deep. What is going on? A few millimeters is still a pretty bad cut. Why would Senpai attack me? Why would she glare at me like that?
Obvious. You saw us trying to kill each other. She is someone who operates in complete secrecy, so she hates for an ordinary person like you to see what was happening.
Arcoade says that unbelievable statement. Kill each other? Why? How come? Why would you and Senpai do something like that? Lost in pure shock, I can only manage those words. In the first place, I didn't come here to ask that. I wanted to ask her, Arcoade, about something, which is why I was out here in the first place. I don't know. I only came to see you, so why are you and Senpai trying to kill each other?
Shiki, you came to see me?
Yes, I had something I wanted to talk to you about, so I was just looking for you. So why did it end up this way? I don't know. My head is just spinning. Please, could you tell me what's going on, Arcoade?
Well, I was just simply fighting with that person from the church. It isn't something that concerns you, so just forget about it, Shiki.
It does concern me, but first, what do you mean by the church? Explain it so I can understand. Arcoade doesn't answer. She mulls it over until she nods.
Sure, why not? Since you're that worried, I'll tell you. It really doesn't concern you, though. Do you really want to hear it?
Yeah, no matter what it is, I won't mind.
Oh? How enthusiastic. I'm actually a little curious about why you came to see me, though.
Come on, please hurry. I want to hear about that person.
Hmm.
Arcoade looks a little angry. I don't even think about why she would look like that all of a sudden. My throat still hurts. CL Senpai pointed a sword at me. All I can think about is why CL Senpai would do that.
Fine, then I'll tell you. The dead apostles are vampires that try the utmost to conceal their existence. In order to live, they must suck the blood of humans, so victims will always appear as long as they exist. But there's not too many stories of people being killed by vampires, right? Do you know why that is?
Arcoade, I didn't ask about vampires.
Yeesh, I'm trying to explain it to you in order, Shiki, so please answer, okay? Look, even when the vampires kill people, they try to hide it from the surrounding society that people like you live in. They seek to hide themselves and try as much as possible, using magic and other things to camouflage their victims and make it appear natural. Do you know why?
Well, it's because humans aren't stupid. If they find out monsters like that exist where they live, they'd attack them. Even though humans are weak, they do have things like police. If there are such things as vampires, an effort would be made to protect people from them. And oh wait, is this? I think we screwed this up last time. The people would stop walking around like at night, like what's going on right now. I think they try to hide themselves because that's inconvenient for them.
Well, I guess that's true, but police are the only law enforcing group against humans. We don't consider them at all. But it's correct to say that vampires hide their presence for the sake of self-preservation. Shiki, there's a natural enemy of the vampires, a group of something like professional killers that now have the power of balance in their favor. It's true for other transcendent species, but especially for vampires. It is fatal for them to reveal themselves. Even if a vampire made a secret kingdom in a village somewhere in the mountains away from all civilization, this natural enemy would definitely notice if victims keep increasing. Vampires exploit the humans in secret, and for no reason other than self-preservation. The vampires hide their dead victims' bodies not out of fear of human society finding out, but in fear of these natural enemies discovering them.
Their natural enemy? She means someone that fights against vampires, like Senpai, who is wielding a sword against Arcoid. I like how this is almost the same conversation as on Arcoid's route, except Arcoid's blue now because the lights are out.
Alright.
So they aren't human either?
What are you saying? Their natural enemy is without a doubt you human.
Natural enemies? Us?
Yeah. Starting from a long time ago, humans used many kind of magic, the occult, magical ceremonies to create an organization and started to eliminate primates other than humans. The greatest of these is Christianity, the pride of the Vatican, the exorcists. The Catholic Church always viewed non-humans as impurities, but vampires are considered the most dangerous. There are many religious groups in the world, but the Catholic Church looks at vampires with more hostility than the rest. You know, it's almost an obsession. They're so insane. I don't even want to mess with them.
Arcoid lets out a sigh.
You should know what I'm getting at by now. The one who tried to kill you was a member of an elite organization that hunts heretics. This group, the Burial Agency, is part of the church. They use their own strength rather than the law to deal with contradictions to Christianity. These hidden exorcists are more like professional killers. Being the ones with crushed contradictions, their existence is a shadow, so they do not come out in front of people. They are a section that should not exist within the organization called Christianity, so they kill all those that discover their existence indiscriminately. That woman, it seems she is now called Ciel, probably came here to hunt down the vampire in the city. Her sense for the enemy is far better than mine.
She says this in an irritated manner. I don't have any words to say. Senpai is some sort of an exorcist who's hunting vampires. I just can't believe that at all. Because Senpai has such a gentle good nature. She can't kill. She's not someone that can handle such things, unlike me. That's a lie. That's a lie, Arcoid. Because Senpai is an upperclassman at my school. So why would you say she's some member of the church?
Hey now, Shiki, you know her?
Arcoid draws near as if telling me she won't allow that. Of course, she's the third year at my school. I've known her since I was a first year. Since I was a first year? Huh? Something's wrong. Couldn't think of it. How long have I known her? I don't even know which class she's in. I try and remember, but I don't have any memories of her before that day when I found her mending those splints.
Thank you very much, Chono-kun.
Because she smiled as she said it. For some reason, I felt like I had always known her. This can't be true. First of all, the strangest thing is that Senpai was called CL, like it was natural to be called so, but no one calls her with a different name. She was only called CL. How come no one doubted such a name? Arcuit, about Senpai, about that person. Who is she?
Didn't I tell you? She's a member of the Bureau Agency. She's a newcomer who entered only 8 years ago, but maybe she has great abilities. She's an agent already having a seat in the perfect number, 7th.
I don't quite get what Arcuit is saying. But the number 7 certainly is a perfect number. A number isolated from the others. In its solitude, it has nowhere to go. Isolation. Since it is perfect, the Apocrypha named with that number refuses reincarnation. I don't quite get it, but for some reason those words repeat inside my head.
That's right. The members of the Bureau Agency are highly skilled, so I guess it's easy for them to use suggestion against someone who can't even resist. That woman probably was deceiving you, all in order to stay in your high school.
Suggestion? Like hypnosis?
Yes, it can't be a very complex order. She probably used something simple like, don't doubt Xiao.
Yeah, that's it. I always felt like something was wrong from the beginning, but as soon as I would see her again, those doubts would disappear. Feeling it is natural for her to be there, wasn't that one of Senpai's characteristics? I understand, but there's still something else. You said Senpai is a member of the Burial Agency, so why is she fighting you? You only fight bad vampires, right? So there isn't any need for you two to fight, right? You only fight bad vampires, such as those that suck the blood of humans and cast their bodies away. Arcuit, you...
What? Did I do something?
Arcuit looks directly at me. I can't think it. I don't want to think that this person would ever suck human blood. But the truth is, the incidents are still occurring. Furthermore, Senpai is an exorcist from the church. She is trying to kill Arcuit. Arcuit, don't tell me the killing yesterday was your doing. That's why you and Senpai were fighting. I grit my teeth. I speak those heavy, painful words as if confessing love toward a girl I like.
Miki, are you serious?
Even I don't want to believe it, but then who did it? Nero is dead already. So that leaves only you, right? I'm filled with regret as soon as I say those words. I still like her. She saved my life, and those 2 days were still a lot of fun. So I don't want to separate with her like this. But if she is a killer vampire, And then smack. My head is hit with a fist.
Idiot.
Arcuit?
Wouldn't normally let it be settled like this, with just this, but since you look so pitiful, I'll let that be enough.
Smiling, Arcuit hops back.
Shiki, you're a great person.
What? Having her say that so suddenly makes my cheeks flush.
In addition, you're so honest. I like those things about you.
Arcuit smiles happily. Seeing her like that, I can't imagine her sucking on someone's blood. Arcuit, so...
Yes, I'm not the killer. It's the work of some other vampire and not me.
The knot in my chest disappears. I see, I knew it. Arcuit didn't do those things. I see, it's the work of another vampire. That's a relief. Wait, that's weird. Hold on, Arcuit. You say it's another vampire, but isn't it odd for vampires to come out one after another?
What are you saying? aren't any new vampires.
What? But Nero isn't alive anymore. There isn't anyone else that does something like that. Oh.
Oh, I see. Shiki, he really made a big mistake.
Arcoid gives me an amazed sigh.
See? And the serial killings you're talking about were always the work of just one vampire from the very beginning. So no new vampires will appear, as Nero was unrelated to those incidents.
Eh? Nero is unrelated? What do you mean?
It's just like I said. You're normally pretty sharp, but you're lost at some points. Think back, Shiki. Nero was a vampire. Did he ever suck human blood?
Suck blood? He ate humans and... Oh. I see. Why didn't I notice such a simple mistake? Victims of the serial killings are found with their bodies drained of blood, but Nero was different. I think this is, like, at this point on, it seems like the same conversation as last time. I think it's only the CL stuff that was new, so I'm gonna skip ahead a bit. Oh, careful. This is that scene. Put this up real
She's
quick.
bringing it up. Okay.
Yeah. Well, what does she mean by last night? I don't understand what she's talking about. After all, I'm the idiot who mistook Arcoid's words and made such a stupid mistake, so of course I don't understand what she's saying, and huh? Did Arcoid ask me who came last night? Arcoid, what do you mean by last night?
That's strange. I know I sent you a dream familiar.
Wait, what's that dream familiar thing?
It's like a familiar that lets you see a dream about what you desire the most. You're male, so I sent you a succubus. Wasn't it a good dream?
A good dream? That was... I remember the realistic dream I had and my face turned red. That was your doing? Arcoid grins even more. Crap. If I stayed quiet, this conversation would have been over, but since I reacted so strongly...
So you did get it. So what kind of dream was it? The dream familiar was supposed to take the shape of your greatest desire, so it felt really good, right?
What kind of dream? That's... I'd die before I'd say it. Arcoid, it doesn't concern you, so leave me alone. I look away from her and refuse, but Arcoid keeps saying, come on, over and over.
Come on, tell me. You can at least tell me who you dreamed about.
She asks like a curious kid. Every time I turn away, she keeps jumping in front of me saying, come on. Please just let it go. There was something wrong with that dream. Even now that... I don't know why I saw that dream. Arcoid said it's my greatest desire, but I don't want to think that's what it was.
Maybe it turned into a nightmare? She does tend to write the story to her liking when fond of her target. She's only a novice, so I guess it couldn't be helped.
Arcoid thinks aloud. Writes the story to her liking? What do you mean?
Saying she interprets your desire in her own way. That dream familiar I sent you is just a child, so she likes to play pranks.
I see. That's a relief. That's right, that dream, it couldn't have been what I wanted. Let out a sigh of relief. With this, my innocence has been proven, but... Arcoid, why did you send me such a thing? That's too much even for harassment. Huh. I think we're past the part where it would have flashed on screen, and it didn't do that this time. Weird.
It wouldn't harass you. I sent you the dream familiar to thank you for defeating Nero. I really am grateful to you, so I thought It'd be great if it made you happy.
Thank me. Well, I'm happy we're grateful, but no matter what, I'll pass on that sort of thanks.
Well, come on. Are you saying you can't accept a person's goodwill?
Hey, you're not a person. You're a vampire, Arcade.
True.
Arcade slumps her shoulders. How do I say this? Arcade is very open in expressing her emotions. Being happy, being angry. She changes her expression so quickly. It's actually kind of charming. I said she was a vampire, but she really does seem like a human. Enough to even make me forget that fact. Huh. Okay, so... Oh. Okay, I guess we're good now. The lampposts are turning back on. Previously dark lampposts spring back to life. The park, lit only by the moonlight, gradually becomes brighter.
Seems that woman lifted her barrier. It was supposed to prevent anyone from entering the park, but it seems like you could pass right through.
You mean the power outage Senpai's doing?
Yeah, it's one of their special abilities. Specialities. Letting people stay away. It really has nothing to do with us. By the way, Shiki, I want to ask, but what do you think of Ciel?
With a cold voice, Arcade suddenly asks that. About Senpai? Why do you ask about that, Arcade?
Oh, nothing. I just hate that woman. We were supposed to meet and exchange information, but I got irritated during the conversation and we ended up trying to kill each other.
Kill each other? Why did you end up doing that? In the first place, Senpai isn't a vampire. Why'd you try to kill Senpai?
That's my line. She was the one who struck first.
Eh? The one who struck first was Senpai?
That's right. She said, I knew it was pointless. I just can't allow your existence. And then she attacked me. She may look very calm, but all members of the burial agency enjoy fighting. You can't let her fool you too, Shiki.
What? Enjoy fighting? Does Senpai really...
Shiki, you were fooled by her up until now, right? So why are you saying things to help her out? You know, she was tricking you, since you didn't know anything, and pretended to be a normal person. Don't you feel a little angry at being used?
Arcade glares at me. That is, certainly I'm shocked that Senpai is different from normal people, kind of like Arcade. But I don't feel like I've been tricked. On the contrary, Senpai has helped me so many times. Even though I know about Senpai's identity now, I still think of her as Senpai. Eating lunch with her, talking about stupid things with her and Arihiko, walking with her to the school gate, all of it is so much fun. So if I could, it would have been better if I didn't find out about her.
Iki, whose side are you on? Mine or that woman's?
Second. Seems like there's a choice coming. I feel pressure. Her eyes are the source. No, now she isn't like a human, but more like an animal hunting its prey. It seems Ciel Senpai is an unforgivable enemy for Arcade. That's why she glares at me with such fierce, hostile eyes. As if saying, I am her enemy's friend. If I am her enemy's friend, I will be Arcade's enemy as well. Arcade. I have trouble answering. Okay. Ooh. If we say Arcade here, we lose a bunch of points with CL, so, Senpai is dear to me. I, despite all this, don't even want to think that Senpai is my enemy. Senpai is my dear friend. Enemy or ally, I can't label her like that.
What is this? Then what am I to you?
You're someone I can't leave alone, and, I scratched my cheek. Someone I can't leave alone, and I'm concerned about her in a completely different way than Senpai. Even tonight, I was simply looking for her, but I was getting so frustrated that I couldn't find her. It was something like feeling worried about a loved one. No, there's no way that's true. Certainly she is beautiful, but Look, just give it a rest. Why do you ask me about that anyway?
How can I know?
Being screamed at irrationally, she screams back at me irrationally. Fine, then I don't know you at all. Oh.
Fine. Then I don't know you at all, Shiki.
Hey, hold on. Where are you going?
It has nothing to do with you. Don't follow me.
Is she really that angry? Arcoid walks away without even turning around. Her figure quickly fades into the distance. Just where does she plan on going? What is this? What is this taking out of me like that? Yeah, she's the one who sent me that dream familiar, so I'm the one who should be angry. Did I do something to make her angry? I don't know. In the first place, there's no way I can understand how vampires think. Arcoid got mad and went somewhere by herself, and I asked her what I wanted, so I know I should go back to the mansion. But my feet don't even move one step back. My logic tells me where I should go, but my heart doesn't listen. It's been said a million times, but my feelings of love and hate, they have nothing to do with logic. Man, jeez. Damn it. Why is it that I just can't leave Arcoid alone? Arcoid, I said wait! Raising my voice, I chase after Arcoid, who keeps on walking. Surrounded by night, Arcoid walks down the street. She looks straight ahead, her white figure with golden hair fluttering. It bears a horrible resemblance to the first time I saw her. No, or perhaps it's like the time she faced off with Nero. For some reason, I have a bad feeling about this. Hey, Arcoid. Arcoid continues to walk without turning around. I want to talk to you. You can at least tell me what you're going to do. Of course, Arcoid continues walking without turning around. It'd be miserable if I left it like that. Like this. I decided to follow her silently for now. The footsteps echo through the night air. And then Arcoid suddenly stops and turns around.
Me. Don't you understand? It's troubling for a normal person like you to follow me around.
So tell me what you're going to do and I'll go back.
It doesn't concern you, so leave me alone.
Arcoid strikes off once more. Crap. It seems like our wordless wandering is going to continue. When we approach the main street, Arcoid freezes.
Found it.
Eh? Her voice is so cold, it's like a totally different person's. A chill runs up my spine. Even from behind, I can feel the hostility manifesting itself in her. Arcoid, what are you... I can't even finish. It's clear what she intends to do without saying anything. Without a doubt, there's nothing but the pure, unadulterated intent to kill. Hey, what are you thinking? Arcoid doesn't answer. Her eyes are fixed solely on a man in a business suit walking by.
Nikki, take off your glasses and look at that person.
I think we've got a duplicate scene again here. This is the dead person, you mean the businessman?
Hurry. If you want to know what I'm doing, then leave the questions for later.
Alright. I don't like to look while in town, but... I take off my glasses. Gah. Instantly, a light headache springs forth. In exchange for the pain, I can see the lines running along all the walls and the ground.
Another question, Shiki. You only see points on living things, right?
Yeah, that seems to be true. Things like buildings only have lines. I saw them back during the time at that hotel, but at the cost of a headache that almost caused me to pass out.
Right, since you are a living being, you can't comprehend the death of inanimate objects. So in order to see the death of inanimate objects, you must first connect to a circuit of the same orientation as them. To see, you have to comprehend them first. Then another question. Shiki, how does that person look to you?
It'll just be the same as always. Yeah, I remember this last time, so do a little skip. I find it weird that these are like according to the flowchart, we're like permanently off the Arcoid route, but we're still getting similar scenes like this. Vision turns crimson. Arcoid, yep. Get your house.
Is this where they agree to meet up every night?
I think that was actually, was that supposed to be earlier in the story? I don't remember. Yeah, I think I'm gonna. I think we're gonna do a little skip here. Okay. Let me just make sure I didn't miss anything there. Fire 2. I'm hoping that once we get onto the other routes, they divert earlier in the story, so maybe they'll have completely different stories from that point forward, and not have a bunch of repeating scenes. That's how Fate Stay Night worked anyway. Okay. Yeah,
Meeting
okay,
at the
yes.
park.
Yep. 10 o'clock. Get back to the mansion. It's about 1:30 in the morning. The mansion is completely dark. This can't be good. I put my hand on the mansion gate. Ka-chang! A sturdy chain holds it close. Dang. I shouldn't cut this. Think a bit. I just had to climb over the gate. Yep. Promise to Argwade. Yep. I can't sleep. If I close my eyes, so many things come to mind. About Arcwade. About this vampire lurking in the streets. About the black-clothed senpai. I can't sleep. At times like this, reading is good. I know there was a book I was reading before. Okay, yeah, this is new. This weirdness again. Their first feeling was rather one of pity. Not anger, not despair. Just the thought of everything before my eyes was pitiful. Of course, the most pitiful thing was myself. Life which breaks down without limit. The only life which fades without limit. Time which is forgotten without limit. Everyone only falls. Yet everyone still struggles desperately to continue existing. And when they judge that it is not possible, they continue to reproduce. Continuing to reproduce. In the end, even that dies, but there is no recommendation. Wait, what? Not recompensation. Of course, it is not those who die who are not recompensated. We had no hope to begin with. What is not recompensated are the attempts, the noble wish, the yearning for eternity, which everyone longs for yet cannot achieve. I have no interest whatsoever in things that break down. If I could see death and understand it, maybe I'll take a bit of an interest. Repetition nearly impossible to measure, yet this wish repeats itself. I thought to replace this almost comical cycle of wishes with one pure thing. There's no need to state the method. Wish becomes a result after it is granted. I live solely for that reason. It could not be termed conviction. Just the first word I learned happened to be eternity. Oh, so you intend to see this to get the eternity closest to you? Of course not. They are only species that age slower and die harder. I'm becoming one of them only because this body has reached its limit. If I have to go farther on, it will take time in this body. It's ironic that you, the one that goes after eternity, hurries with things. So again, I believe this is Nero talking with Roa, but I'm just making an assumption there. So you plan on leaving here tomorrow? I'll leave the burial agency to you. In the first place, there is only one empty seat for the priesthood. Used up all my father's inheritance getting this far, so it is about time I quit. Well, that's fine. So are you going to complete your magic theory? I have no intention of leaving here, so I can't live with you. Okay, maybe not Nero? Yeah, no. Okay, well. Now I have no idea who this is. Well, fortunately, I am a woman. I'm trying to think about... this is cheating, but I'm trying to think of Melty Blood's roster, who this could possibly be, but nothing's coming to mind. Oh. What will you tell it, Narbarek? Yeah, I don't recognize that name at all. I assume this is a girl now.
Something like, after around 100 years, another newcomer dead apostle will appear. It is pointless to take notice of him, so ignore him.
No, you wouldn't need to wait 100 years. Just like here, I will rise quickly to the top. This body will become the most superior vampire, so 10 years will be enough.
How foolish. Even if it is you, you would need at least 100 years if you start over from the dead. Their world's intensity is nowhere as nice as ours.
Using direct methods, then you would be right. But if I become the strongest vampire from the very beginning, their world's rules will not apply to me.
What do you mean by that?
It is simple. As a priest of the church, you certainly know the dead apostles' powers are affected by the true ancestor that sucked their blood. A priest, huh? Therefore, the solution is very simple. If I wish to become the strongest dead apostle, this blood of mine, it must be sucked by the strongest of the true ancestors. God, that is confusing to read without any character sprites or anything.
Alright.
7. Bow in the Sky 2. 7th day, October 27th, Wednesday. Put a save down. I'm watching a dream. A vague dream without any particular significance. Do I like her? I don't know my true feelings, but I can't deny the reality that I'm always concerned about her. Do I like her? I don't know. Okay, just in case, real quick, gonna put the screen up. It's just that when I was completely lost within myself, she helped me. If she wasn't there, I may have just died under the pouring rain. I don't know. That's why I have to ask. Why is she doing this? Why her eyes are so devoid of any emotion?
Kisama?
I can hear Isui's voice mingling with the morning light.
Kisama, it's time. Please wake up.
Her inflectionless voice awakens me. Okay, we're good. As soon as I wake up, the terrible things enter my vision. As I get a headache like I was just shot in the head. I almost lost my awakened consciousness. Before I fade away completely, I quickly grab my glasses.
Kiki-sama? Are you not feeling well?
No, that's not it. It's just my anemia acting up. Lightly shaking my head, I clear my head of what I was seeing. More than that, good morning, Hisui. Thanks for waking me up. Sitting up in the bed, I do my best to smile naturally.
No, this is my duty. There is no need for you to thank me, Shiki-sama.
Maybe, but I am grateful. You're infinitely better than an alarm clock. I stand up. It's not yet 7 o'clock, about 10 minutes earlier than I usually get up. Breakfast? I'll be there soon, so please go ahead of me.
Shiki-sama, about that, Akiha-sama is waiting for you in the sitting room. It seems she has some questions for you.
Hisui says this with some difficulty. Some things she needs to ask? Is she in a bad mood?
Yes. Akiha-sama seems to have realized that you left late last night, Shiki-sama.
I blurted that out without thinking. Last night I went to look for Arcade and came home late. Uh-oh, I thought no one noticed.
Yes, I also thought that. I was the only one who noticed.
Hisui answers solemnly. Hisui, you realized I left?
Oh.
Hisui looks very apologetic. I see, you knew. No wonder the mansion's entrance was open.
Yes.
Hisui answers reluctantly. Thanks, it was a big help. Thanks for going out of your way to do that. But, no.
But Nessun realized too. Because of that, Nessun and I have 2-hour shifts watching the mansion. And she found out about me unlocking the entrance.
I see now. Kohaku-san is Akiha's servant, so she would have leaked to Akiha about last night. You see, there's no need to apologize. It was my fault that I was walking around at night, so I should take the blame. I'm still very happy that you left the door unlocked. Isui just looks at me.
It is nothing. As soon as you change, please go to the sitting room.
Still looking like she wants to say something, Hisui exits into the hallway. Dang, I'm going to get scolded by Akiha again. I mutter to myself as I change. If I have time for that, there's still something important I have to do instead. That's right, I have to talk to Senpai. I get the headache again. It faded when I was talking to Hisui, but as soon as she left, it started hurting again. Ah, crap. This doesn't look like it will end soon. I bear the pain as I collapse onto the bed. It doesn't ease up. Throb, throb. Pain like being stabbed in the head. It makes me completely forget what I was thinking about earlier. Come to think of it, the 8 years since that accident, I've always had to deal with my broken body. Dizziness, headaches, and anemia occurring unexpectedly. I can't count how many times I had to give up because of that. The doctor said it was a miracle just surviving it. Just being able to live is a miracle, so putting up with various pains is perhaps necessary. These broken eyes. Sensei, who was able to alleviate these eyes, told me to treat that miracle very importantly. Those words. Did she mean that human life is not so much precious as it is not returnable? So I should start to treat it carefully? These past few days, I've seen the deaths of many people too easily. Lives ending so easily, it's almost comical. If it is something that ends so easily, doesn't it mean that it was only worth that much from the beginning? If that's the case, it is meaningless to view life as precious. Huh? Why, since when did you start thinking like that? The headache finally stops. Maybe I saw too much blood. What a horrible thought. I take a deep breath. Filling my lungs with fresh air, I clear away the unpleasantness. I should hurry and go to school. Let me put save down. I should go and see CL Senpai. During the slight pain lingering in my head, I leave the room. I go down the stairs and into the lobby. Next to me is the hallway that goes down towards the sitting room. In front of me is the front door that leads outside. What should I do? Aki is waiting in the sitting room, but I want to hurry and see Senpai. Okay, so this is a doozy of a choice looking at the flowchart here. Okay.
Ooh.
So there's two different routes here, and they all lead to different paths. There's like 4 different paths depending on flags that were set earlier. But they all converge at the same point in the end. I'm just looking ahead here to see if I can... these choices themselves don't actually set any flags, so... I guess it doesn't really matter that much.
We gotta go for her. Like, sorry, Akiha, but no, this is not your route.
Yeah. More than that, I should go to school. No, I have to find out about Senpai. I don't have time to eat this morning.
Shiki-sama?
Hisui comes from the sitting room. She must have come to check on me since I did not show up after a while. Sorry, I have to go to school. Please tell Akiha I'm sorry.
Please wait, Shiki-sama. You do not look well. Are you sure you're feeling well?
I'm fine, just a little headache. Well, I'm off. Sorry, I'm being selfish again. I say something really selfish and open the door before she can respond. I reached the school gate. Since I ran from the mansion. It's not even 7:30 yet. I stand to wait for Senpai by the gate. Probably looks a little strange to the other students walking by, but I don't really care. Senpai doesn't show up. It's past 7:30 already. Ten more minutes pass by. The school gate is flooded with students as they arrive. There's only about 5 minutes before the gate closes, but Senpai still doesn't come. She might not come today. Yesterday I saw all that happened, so she might not come today or tomorrow or the day after. Thump. Thinking that, I feel a little faint. I shake my head to clear my terrible thoughts. And then someone pats me on the shoulder from behind.
Tono-kun, what are you doing here?
Senpai?
Yes.
Senpai nods. Really? But yesterday you were... Before I could finish, Senpai puts her hands over my mouth.
Tono-kun, not here. Let's go behind the gymnasium.
Senpai gives her usual smile as she keeps her hand over my mouth and pulls my arm. I tell her to stop, but I can't speak. She forcefully pulls me away. The school bell rings overhead. Homeroom has begun. Furthermore, no one else is around.
Yes, no one can hear us here.
Senpai finally releases me. Jumping back, I face Senpai directly.
You want to talk about last night, right? If there's anything you want to say, please go ahead, Tono-kun.
Senpai speaks calmly, as if what happened last night was not a big deal. But it was a big deal for me. Her attitude right now makes me mad. So that really was you last night?
Yes, I did say your name back then too, so it's impossible to hide it any longer.
I grit my teeth. I didn't expect an apology or anything, but still. But you said that wasn't you. What?
What wasn't?
3 nights ago, I asked if you were the one that helped me that night in the park, and you said it wasn't you.
That was a lie.
Succinctly. Senpai simply says so. A lie, Senpai?
You didn't keep the promise you made. You told me you wouldn't go out at night anymore.
She stares at me. I start to feel like the bad guy all of a sudden, feeling guilty about what I did.
I made the promise with you so something like this wouldn't happen. Is that how little a promise with me means to you, Tono-kun? That makes me sad.
No, that's not it. About last night, I thought Arcoid was the one behind the serial killings, but that couldn't be right, so I went to ask her, and I tell her all about last night. Senpai listens to it all silently. How I met her accidentally, how she explained to me about the vampire in the city, how I teamed up with her to save the city, and everything up until now.
I understand. So you teamed up with her to defeat the vampire in the city. Right, Tono-kun?
Well, yeah, that's how it is.
I can't believe it. Tono-kun, do you really believe in vampires?
What are you saying, Senpai? Even you're one of the church's excerpt. Senpai puts a finger on my lips.
Don't worry about me. Isn't the problem about you, Tono-kun?
Me? I don't have any problems.
You have no self-awareness, it seems.
Senpai gives a troubled sigh. I have a question. Just how much did she... Oh, I know.
Question. Just how much did she tell you about?
How much? Well, only that a vampire is in the city sucking people's blood.
So in other words, you don't know about her or this enemy she's after.
Well, I haven't heard about it.
I see. Then I will tell you about it.
Wow, that's amazing. You know about that, Senpai?
Well, you know, I am a member of the church, so of course I know that much.
Oh, that's right. Sorry, I kind of forgot. I attempt to laugh it off.
Jeez, I'm trying to be serious here, so please pay attention.
And nod in assent. Huh? But isn't that a secret? Arc, wait, she said you were all incredibly secretive.
Yes, it really isn't something to talk about, but today is special. There isn't anyone watching over us or anything, so as long as you don't tell anyone, then it'll be okay.
What will happen if I tell someone about you, Senpai?
Yes, I'll just do exactly what you are thinking of, Tono-kun.
Senpai gives that frightening response with a smile.
Well then, I'll keep it very simple. Tono-kun, how much was explained to you about vampires?
Just about how there are two types, and how dead apostles are vampires that suck human blood. But I think you know what kind of monster they are.
That's true. Tono-kun, he did actually defeat a vampire.
Haha, but you did help me at the very end, Senpai.
Yes. I watched you annihilate chaos. When I came, chaos was already dying though.
I'm surprised. Then Senpai knows about my eyes?
It was terrible. That woman made you do such a thing. If she had a conceptual weapon to defeat chaos, she should have used it herself. After seeing your bloody body, I thought I should punish her, then and there. You too, Tono-kun. Even if you're given a weapon that can kill vampires, what were you thinking fighting that thing? Did she have a hold over your weakness or something?
Still looking surprised, Senpai complains aloud. Senpai? What's this weapon that can kill vampires?
What do you mean? I'm talking about that knife you have, Tono-kun. Oh, I guess she wouldn't tell you about it. It's not good for her either. Let's see. Vampires have the ability to recover from most injuries they receive. With ordinary outside force, I mean normal weapons. With such things, you cannot cause wounds greater than the speed of the recovery. To kill a vampire, you need an outside force greater than their speed of recovery, or something that nullifies their ability to recover. This ability of theirs, the Curse of Restoration, actually isn't treating the wounds. Instead, it is a reversing of time to restore the damaged body part back to its original state. An occult artifact which nullifies this effect is called a conceptual weapon.
Senpai cheerfully says all these things I can't understand too well.
In short, a magical weapon. We usually lift their curse looking into their human past, so we do not usually see them. But for those that were not originally human, we use them, kind of like a secret weapon. Your knife? Is it not an anti-vampire weapon she brought?
Yeah?
Or is it a family treasure? But it would be strange for the Tono family to possess an anti-demon weapon.
Senpai ponders aloud. I don't know what she's thinking, but it seems she has no idea about my eyes. Senpai? Where did our conversation about vampires go? With the start, Senpai stops mumbling to herself. She smiles as if to hide her embarrassment. As usual, her personality is hard to understand.
Let's get back to the main subject. Please listen carefully, Tono-kun.
Yes, please keep it short.
It seems you already know about how there are the true ancestors and the dead apostles. So it is very simple. The enemy she is after is a dead apostle, nicknamed the Serpent. Among the dead apostles, he is considered a heretic, a special vampire. This vampire is not as strong as Chaos, whom you defeated.
Oops.
But he is more difficult an opponent to eliminate than this Chaos, in a way. Since he comes back to life even after he dies.
Senpai, vampires are immortal, so isn't it natural for them to come back to life after dying?
You eliminated Chaos, right? Even if they are vampires, if you destroy their body and soul, they will be vanquished. If you kill a vampire, they will die. But the Serpent is a vampire who has conquered even this. Tono-kun, are you familiar with the cycle of reincarnation? It is part of Buddhist doctrine, so I would think a Japanese would be quite familiar with it.
Yeah, it's that thing where when someone dies, they are reborn again as another human.
Yes, exactly. In other words, the vampire named the Serpent has made the cycle of reincarnation his own. That's what I mean when I say he comes back to life even after he is killed.
Reincarnation? You mean if he dies, he will start over again as a baby?
Yes. While the Serpent is alive, he chooses his next host, and when it is born, he transmits all of the information of his self. The Serpent's information stays deep within the baby until it matures, or until it gains sufficient intelligence. As soon as that baby has the intelligence to succeed his self, the baby becomes a new vampire. That is the Serpent.
Wait a minute. What's that? Don't tell me he does surgery on it while it's in the mother or something like that.
No, it's not anything medical. Because the instant his body is destroyed, he reincarnates into the body he chose as his next host. I said all of this information earlier. To say it simpler, think of it as his soul. It wouldn't be quite correct to say his soul propagates through the air and takes over someone's body, but it's similar to an electromagnetic wave. In this case, the human brain is what does the transmitting and the receiving. His exceptional point is that he took the soul, which is incalculable and something that disperses as soon as it leaves the envelope of the body, and processed it, something that could be transmitted.
Her words don't seem quite real. I do understand what she's saying. The serpent guy is reborn as a baby when he dies, and this baby turns into this serpent vampire when it becomes an adult, but if I believe your story, it means that he will never die. It's not immortality, but it's worse than that. Being killed and reborn as someone else, that's like living forever.
Yes, exactly. It was 800 years ago when Serpent first became a dead apostle. Since then, the Serpent has been reborn 17 times. Every time, Arcoed Runestad has killed him.
Arcoade did?
Yes. To her, Serpent is a special vampire. Well, the serpent has a special meaning to me as well.
But even if he dies, he'll just be reborn, right? So killing him over and over is pointless, isn't it?
Yes. He is killed by her, reincarnates, and is killed by her again. That cycle has repeated itself over and over. If Arcoid had the power to kill not the body, but the meaning, then this probably would not be happening.
Senpai looks down a little, and she seems to be gritting her teeth. I don't know why. However, it seems that Senpai also has some grudge against the enemy, like Arcoid does. A vampire that is reborn every time that is killed. That's Arcoid and Senpai's enemy. Senpai, this serpent guy, what kind of guy is he?
He was originally a man, but that can change depending on the body he reincarnates into. The troublesome part of this dead apostle is that they are all hard to find. Because he is properly born as a human baby.
God damn it.
His parents. The serpent transforms into a vampire only when he reaches the age where he can do everything at a satisfactory level. Until then, that human shows no hint of being a vampire. But once the serpent awakens, he uses the relationship he gained until that time to blend perfectly into society. I heard that the church detects the serpent's presence, usually after a whole town is turned into the dead.
I see. For example, if the serpent guy were reincarnated in me, he would live as Tonoshiki even after becoming the serpent. After he becomes a serpent. Unless he makes a big mistake, he would be free to suck blood without people realizing it. That is... scary. Of course, those around him are in danger too, but that human who he reincarnated into, it would just disappear after maturing, right? One moment that person is living normally, and the next moment suddenly turns into the serpent. That's very frightening.
It isn't like two people sharing one body. The human baby is still the serpent. Depending on its environment, it's either a good or bad person. But even that disappears the instant the serpent awakens. To sum it up, once the serpent dies, he is reborn into the next body, and once that body gains intelligence, it gains the previous life's self and becomes a vampire.
That's strange. Even if he did reincarnate, that baby is still human, so even if it does gain the self of a previous life, the body shouldn't turn into a vampire, right?
Reincarnation isn't the transmitting of personality, it is the transmission of a soul. So the personality differs every time depending on their families and upbringings. But the soul itself does not change. Once bitten by a true ancestor, not only is the body forever soiled, but the soul as well. What changes the body is the soul. The serpent transmits all of his information called his soul, so when the serpent awakens, the body becomes one of a vampire, but...
Yeah, but...
as you said, just that is too weak. So he selects his next host while he is alive. The family he is born into must meet two conditions, the first being one of wealth. Being born to a family of high social standing, property, and money makes it easier to make the whole town into vampires later on. And there is another. This is the important one. But amongst normal people like us, there are also people that carry special powers.
I'm trying to remember, they had this conversation last time, but was that with Arcwade or was it with Ciel in a different context?
That was when Ciel Like Froshiki for a little bit.
Oh yeah, yeah, now I remember.
Throws his shadow like, nope, can't
Yeah.
poop, you gotta let me monologue. Not like magic, which is a mystic power that can be learned, but rather special abilities from birth. Such people are normally called demonic children or psychics. These special abilities are genetic, so they are inherited, passed on by blood. He chooses those families that have something not human in their lineages. A family with wealth and influence and inhuman power. Those are the requirements for his host.
This serpent vampire, he seems to be quite prepared.
Yes, since he is the serpent, he has a very slithering intellect.
There's something about the story I don't like.
Tono-kun? That was a joke, but are you listening?
Yeah, it wasn't very funny. Senpai goes quiet, but I really don't feel like laughing right now. Why do I suddenly feel so down? But I understand now. That's our enemy, right, Senpai?
No. Arcoid Brunsted's and my enemy. There is no need for you to worry about the serpent, Tono-kun. So please don't go with Arcoid any longer. Either I or that woman will destroy him. There is no need for you to face any danger.
Danger? Look, isn't just living in this city dangerous enough? Even Arcoid is fighting to protect the city. So I can't overlook this either.
No, she isn't thinking about the city. She's only after the serpent for her own reasons. Tono-kun, the dead apostles were once human. There are two ways for them to become a vampire. Either they would have their blood sucked by the true ancestors, who were originally born as vampires, or they change their own bodies through their magical research in their quest for immortality. The serpent had his blood sucked by a true ancestor to become a dead apostle. Do you understand? The serpent was a victim of the true ancestors, a race beyond ours.
Senpai stares at me. Those emotionless eyes tell me what she is going to say next. Don't tell me that true ancestor was...
Braid Brunstead, the royalty of the true ancestors who made her only mistake 800 years ago. She is the one who made the serpent.
Eh?
From the very beginning, the true ancestors were in existence, far separated from ours. The dead apostles certainly are vampires that wield immense ability, but the ability is only an extension of human capacity. Because they have managed to attain a long life, they're able to develop their abilities and manage to refine it to those super abilities as a result. In other words, anyone can develop abilities equal to the vampires if they have a long time.
Yeah, I think I've read that somewhere. They say immortality, but being a vampire isn't something that great.
True ancestors are different. From the moment they are born, they possess power beyond human comprehension. From the beginning, these true ancestors are in existence closer to the world than humans. We humans have flourished in this much, by isolating ourselves from nature. While we receive blessings from nature, we steal from it. And even if nature is destroyed, we will not be destroyed. We became the most superior race on this planet, probably because of this one sin only we humans carry. We can no longer be a part of nature. In its place, we have gained ways to even destroy nature, this whole planet. However, from the nature's perspective, this is evil. The world itself is a form of life, so it has the will to protect itself from us. But it does not have senses. So it creates a presence, separated from nature like us, to remonstrate us.
Senpai is weird. Nature doesn't have a will of its own. Yeah, it can't, but can it be that we just can't feel it? Nature, the earth, possesses a will. That is why it still exists and tries to stay beautiful. The problem isn't that we can't feel it. It's that the standard of what nature thinks is beautiful and the standard of what humans believe is beautiful are the same.
Existence which the world created to sense for it. These are what we usually call spirits. They are transcendental species existing on another plane different from the remaining spirits of animals in the present world. The true ancestors are one type of these spirits. They are born with the purpose to punish humans, so they only see humans as evil. Much as we think vampires who prey upon humans are evil, they view humans who prey upon nature as evil.
Excuse me. Well, that's funny. No, why can't they exist unless they feed on us humans, the evil existence?
Humans are only enemies to the true ancestors. As part of nature, no, as those whose power is linked to nature itself, their power has no limits. In the long history of the Church, there are only a few records of fighting against the true ancestors. They get their powers from the world itself. Therefore, in order to kill them, a conceptual weapon with the power to kill the world is needed. Of course, such a weapon does not exist. So that means their death cannot be caused by external factors.
That night, she said in that hotel that if I had tried to kill her during nighttime, these eyes would not even have been able to see her death. In other words, it means she cannot die.
Do you understand, Tono-kun? Archway Brunstad is pursuing the serpent. In order to recover her power he took away from her. It's not for the sake of humans. I don't know why she is weakened now, but if she regains her power, she will not need your help, Tono-kun. When that happens, do you think she will let you leave safely?
Of course she would, because she doesn't have any reason to hurt me.
He is a vampire. She isn't like the dead apostles who suck blood in order to prolong their own life. Look, Tono-kun. If the true ancestors didn't suck human blood, vampires would never exist in the first place. They can survive without sucking human blood, but they still do suck blood because they have the urge to do so, make humans into an existence outside of human nature. I can't let some ordinary person like you be with her.
Senpai's talk ends like that. It might be because of my dizziness, but it seems like everything she's talking about is totally unrelated to me.
Tono-kun? Does that show you how dangerous she is?
Yeah, well, I get the gist.
So please don't cooperate with her anymore, okay?
I can't do that. I can't consent to what Senpai is saying. Because Senpai doesn't know Arcoade. She doesn't know how good a person she is.
Tono-kun?
Senpai groans. But even if she makes that face, I can't lie to myself. Sorry, Senpai. I also have my reasons, so I want to help her. It's true that I don't know what she'll do if I turn against her. But it's also true that I just can't leave her alone.
Please don't say stupid things. Tono-kun, you're just a normal boy. So, you shouldn't do such dangerous things.
Yeah, I'm grateful for your concern. But there are some things that I want to protect if I can. Such as the city and my peaceful time with you at school, Senpai. Well, even though you ended up protecting me.
But it is just too dangerous. You were nearly dead when you fought with Chaos.
Isn't that alright? Besides, if Arcoid really is that strong, shouldn't defeating this serpent vampire be simple?
Telling you that she is the dangerous one. Please open your eyes already. She isn't human. You don't know when she'll suck blood. She is more of a monster than the dead apostles.
What? I know. I know that Senpai is really worried about me. But I can't allow those words. Just stop, Senpai. She isn't a monster. You shouldn't say those things when you haven't even talked to her.
That is true, but she is a vampire. Please understand that.
No, that's wrong. Look, Senpai, Arcoid doesn't suck blood. She told me herself, and I don't think she's lying. I don't know how other true ancestors are, but Arcoid is different. Just her, she is definitely...
Definitely what? Look, even if she isn't dangerous, it's dangerous enough for you to fight. You can't recover from injuries like she can. If you get wounded, you will die. What I can't forgive is she knows this and still lets you fight. It's like she's just seeing you as a tool, Tono-kun.
Senpai screams that last part. I know. I understand she's right. But because I understand, her voice annoys me. Shut up.
Tono-kun?
Just shut up, Senpai. Arcoid doesn't seem to see me like a tool at all. You don't know. You don't know anything about her. You just think she's some sort of monster, so you have no right to say any of that.
Please calm down. I know I don't know very much about her. But there is still a possibility that she could be deceiving you.
Shut up. Weren't you the one deceiving me? Oh crap. Why did I say that terrible thing? Senpai, I said too much, but I can't say it. Her expression looks very fragile. It looks like it's going to break down the moment I say something.
You're right, you know. You're right now that you mention it.
Senpai?
Yes, that's right. I have been deceiving you, Tono-kun. So there's no reason for you to believe me.
She suddenly smiles as if her previous expression never existed. There's no trace of it being faked. Even though it has to be fake. I can't see anything but a true smile.
Apologize for taking your time. Then I'll just disappear now.
Eh? The wind rushes by. In that very instant, Ciel Senpai disappears from right before my eyes. It's now lunchtime. The room gets loud and my louder friend appears. Tono, where are you eating today? Wherever. I don't care if it's here or in the cafeteria. Alrighty, then let's have some bread. If we're here, Senpai might come. I'll go buy some. Any requests? As long as it's not curry bread, then anything's fine. Oh, and some milk. Roger. Arihiko walks out of the classroom happily. Here you go, 2 curry breads and some milk. Thanks for waiting. I told him anything but curry bread, but I guess that had the opposite effect. I thank him and toss him some money. I start to chew on my curry bread. Hey Tono, did Senpai come? I shake my head no. Damn. Maybe she's in the cafeteria today. Arihiko, she won't come anymore. What? Did you get in a fight with her? That's not it, but she doesn't seem to like me anymore. I'm sorry, Arihiko. If you see her, tell her I'm sorry. I really do feel it now that I mentioned it. I hurt her badly. She won't come see me ever again. What's this, Tono? Are you telling me sorry for asking her without asking me? Asking her out without asking me? If that was the case, it'd be much better. Yeah, if it was sorry or goodbye, that there would be some hope left. Certainly, I think it was a pretty bad thing to say. But I'll just disappear? That's too much, right, Arihiko? I say this and put my head down on my desk. Classes are over. It's Wednesday, so the rest of my classmates run out of the room as soon as classes end. It's Wednesday like any other, but I don't feel like doing anything. Even if I went to the tea ceremony room, CL Senpai probably wouldn't be there. As lifeless as the dead, I go back to the mansion.
Come back, Shiki-sama.
Hisui greets me as soon as I get back to the mansion. Even though Hisui was waiting for me this whole time, I can't even bring myself to greet her, and I make my way to my room. After dinner, I return to my room. There's still a little time before I'm supposed to meet Arcoade. Please don't say stupid things. Tono-kun, you're just a normal boy. So you shouldn't do such dangerous things. Senpai was just worrying about me. In the end, it is just that I chose Arcoade over Senpai. Why don't you understand your own feelings, Shiki? I ask my reflection in the window glass. My light headache returns. Recently, I've been having more headaches. Up until now, the effects of my anemia have only been dizziness. I probably changed to these headaches because I've started taking off my glasses and seeing death. It's time. It's the time I promised to meet Arcoade. No matter what Senpai said, I have to keep a promise I made. Putting my knife in my pocket, I exit my room. I go outside. There were never any people around the mansion to begin with, but because of all these serial killings, it is unnaturally quiet. It's not even 10 o'clock yet, but the emptiness makes it feel more like past... It is well into October and the wind is starting to blow colder. Fall is nearly over as well. I walk down the empty street holding these sentimental thoughts. I make my way around the mansion wall. Past here and down the hill is the park where Arcoade is waiting. Then I see a black figure leaning on the mansion wall. Might be a good time to save. A woman clothed in black stands not to block my way, but just to watch me go by.
Good night.
Senpai doesn't even look at my face when she says this without the slightest inflection in her voice. Senpai. I freeze dead in my tracks. I can't look at her face either. I feel uneasy about what happened this morning, so I can't bring myself to directly look at her.
Even after I said all that, you're still going to see her, Tono-kun?
It can't be helped. I can't leave her alone, and I can't ignore the vampire in the city either.
I see you've got a point there.
She closes her mouth. I pass her figure on the wall. Sorry, Senpai, about a lot of things.
Please don't worry. You weren't mistaken.
I I hear her voice behind me. It doesn't seem like she intends to stop me from seeing Arcoade at all. I guess Senpai's completely given up on me. Well then, I'll be going.
Yes, please do as you like, Tono-kun.
I can still only hear her voice. Yet I walk away from the mansion without even turning around. Tap, 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 tap. The footsteps echo in the night along the residential street. Tap, 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 tap. The footsteps echo in the night along the residential street. There aren't any footsteps. There aren't footsteps of a heavy man, but of a much lighter body. In addition, I'm wearing sneakers, so they don't make much sound. Such sounds. Only sounds with a hard bottom can make that sound. Shoes with a hard bottom can make that sound. For example, shoes like high-lace boots. Actually, I don't even need to give an example. Without a doubt, those footsteps belong to high-lace boots. I stop. Footsteps cease at the same time. This isn't any good. If I just ignore her like this, we'll reach the park soon. I should just go out and say it. I turn around. Hey, senpai.
Yeah.
Is your house this way?
No, it's in the completely opposite direction. You went there once, Tono-kun. Did you forget already?
No, I remember. I just didn't have that much confidence in my memory.
You should, because my house is that way.
Oh, that's right, I say with a smile. Yes, it... Oh.
Yes, it is.
She says, returning with a smile. Well then, I'm going this way.
Yes, please do as you wish, Tono-kun.
Still smiling, she seems to be seeing me off. But for some reason, I have an incredibly bad feeling about this. I suck in a deep breath.
What's wrong? Aren't you going?
Senpai asks. In that instant, I dash down the street. I start to pant heavily. This far, running full strength this far, she couldn't have followed me.
Tono-kun, going wild like that is dangerous, you know.
A hand pats my shoulder from behind. Wah! I instinctively jump back. Senpai stands behind me as if it was perfectly natural to do so. Why are you following me, senpai?
Well, I feel uneasy leaving you by yourself.
She speaks very matter-of-factly. I don't even know how to respond. I don't know, but I should... See, this choice leads to two different scenes, but there's no flag and they reconvene at the next scene. Let's say it bluntly. I should just tell her directly to go home. Senpai, you don't have to worry about me, so please go back. Things will get ugly if we go on like this.
Huh? Ugly? What do you mean by that?
She doesn't even seem to be listening to me. Look, why don't you listen to me? Senpai, didn't you say I could do as I wanted? So why are you still getting in my way?
Like I said, please do as you wish. I'm also just doing as I wish myself.
Still smiling, Senpai walks ahead of me. Hey, Senpai.
Huh? What is it, Tono-kun?
What is it? Do you enjoy troubling me like this? She smiles. Seems she really does enjoy it. I get it. I understand that you're quite a mean person, but let me off the hook for today. If you keep following me, things will not only be dangerous for me, but for you as well.
Oh, really? I'm not really following you or anything.
Yeah?
I simply have something to do in the park. I don't know where you are going, Tono-kun, But if you're not going to the park, then this is where we say goodbye.
I see. Certainly, I don't really have the right to say anything about that. I don't have any right, but... Look, just don't go. Arcoid is in the park. You know how she detests you, right? So I can't let the two of you meet.
Oh? Are you worried about me?
Of course, I don't want to see the two of you fight. I'm begging you, please just go back.
Oh, I see. You're not worried about me, but you're worried about her, right?
Looking off the distance, she completely ignores what I said. For some reason, it seems she is doing all this intentionally because she enjoys teasing me. Senpai, don't tell me you're still carrying a grudge from this morning. She just smiles and doesn't say anything. She's angry. That face is unmistakably carrying a grudge. I get it. Everything this morning was...
Oh, yep, that's yours.
Everything this morning was completely my fault. I'm sorry. So...
If you tell me to go back because of that, I'll beat you down, Tono-kun.
Huh?
Tono-kun? We're still fighting right now. It seems I'm still angry, so it isn't easy to just talk calmly.
Senpai?
If you went back, we could make up. But I know that's impossible. So this conversation is meaningless. There is no need for you to apologize. I'm not concerned with what happened this morning.
She looks at me with those eyes devoid of any emotion.
My duty is to hunt down vampires. Anything else is trivial.
Senpai walks into the park. Hey, Senpai. She crosses through the park. As expected, she's headed right towards where Arcoid is waiting. Wait a minute, why are you so angry, Senpai?
I'm not angry. How about yourself? If you come with me, won't you misunderstand things?
Misunderstand? Misunderstand what?
Don't you like her? Then I don't think you should be with me, someone who is your enemy.
What? It's not like I like her. I can't say for sure, though. I don't know for sure what I truly feel, but I'm sure I am attracted to her.
You really can't lie even to yourself, can you? I think you are far too honest.
For a brief instant, her mask reveals a sigh.
It really is better if we separate here. We are no longer friends, and if Arcoid were to see us...
What would happen, CL? We both turn around. Oh, I think that was Arcoid.
What would happen, CL?
We both turn around towards the voice behind us. There we see Arcoid, who seems to be in this particularly bad mood.
Surprising. I came because I heard Shiki's voice, and I find you here. Didn't we already share our information yesterday? I don't believe you have anything to do with me anymore. Yes, I don't have anything to do with you anymore. I was just pointing things out to him. Oh, really? You intend on stealing my partner? That sounds good too. I still owe you from that one energy you gave me.
The situation is critical between the two of them. As the one standing between them, I can't just watch. Looking at this person, our relative locations are Senpai, me, then Arcoid. If the two of them fight, it would be right in the middle. I'd be right in the middle of it. You two, why are you glaring at each other? Your goal is the same, so calm down and...
Be quiet, Shiki. Please be quiet. quiet, Tono-kun.
I failed. I tried to talk to them, but it doesn't seem to have worked.
Fine. Shiki seems to care for you, so I will let you go. I won't attack you, so just disappear. That's surprising. Is he that important to you? I didn't think Archway Broomstud could be concerned with anything other than killing vampires. For you, controlling humans comes easily. It would be better for you to just make him your servant if you wanted him, if you wanted help, Archway. But why haven't you done that? Don't joke about such things. Yeah, don't joke about such things. Shiki's my partner. Even if I don't do that, he still says he'll help me.
Archway looks away uneasily. That murderous intent seems to have disappeared.
Blade, don't tell me you... You really want to suck his blood?
Cling. From Senpai's direction, I hear the sound of solid metal.
I see. I was surprised you're interested in humans, but that does not really matter. If you desire the blood of humans, then there's only one thing to do.
Cling. The sound springs forth from her hand. Numerous swords, like long nails, are there. Hey, Senpai.
Honoku, please back away. Just now, I have confirmed that she truly is a vampire. Even if she is a true ancestor that cooperates with the church, once she desires blood, she becomes our enemy. Before any victims appear, I will terminate her here. You really do speak nonsense when people do not answer you, Xiao. Very well, if you want to die, then I will grant your wish and kill you. It's not often I get to kill the same person twice.
Her eyes flare with the intent to kill. Senpai receives Archwade's stare in her fighting stance, swords at the ready. Freezing. The air feels like it is freezing. I can hardly breathe. This isn't good. They really want to kill each other like this. Wait, you two, please. I said to calm down. Ignoring the tension in the air, I yell out. For an instant, they both stop. After that, the sound of 2 feet kicking the earth. My shot must have triggered the start. The white and black figures crash into each other as if they were two magnets of opposite polarity. The fight between the two of them is beyond me. Archwade's body movement isn't something I could track with my eyes. All I can see is a white blur running through the night. What's surprising is that Senpai does not even back off, seeing Archwade's speed. It's not like Senpai moves with Archwade's amazing speed, which he accurately deflects Archwade's blazing attacks while standing on the ground. As a third person looking on, their strengths are equal. However, just like Senpai said, Archwade's power seems limitless. No matter how amazing Senpai is, her power is not something that goes beyond a certain point. In contrast, Archwade seems limitless. In the beginning, Senpai was overwhelming her, but Archwade matches her quickly and is now easily surpassing her powers. The fight is quickly decided. Senpai's body flies lightly into the air and strikes the ground rolling like a piece of trash. Senpai lets out a cry and stands up. But that is a useless thing to do. Senpai's body seems to be shot out by an invisible cannon and flies into the air once more and hits the ground. She lies there, not moving. Blood flows along the park's brick pathway. Senpai? There's no response. She seems unconscious. Arcoid runs towards her without any mercy, with terrible eyes seemingly bent on slicing Senpai's neck. I can't speak. There could be no mistake that Arcoid intends to kill her. Senpai can't defend herself. I can't allow that. Stop it, you stupid idiot. I frantically run towards Senpai. Arcoid suddenly stops in front of her.
Ki?
Arcoid's murderous intent instantly vanishes and she returns to her original look. She seems completely taken aback that I was protecting Senpai.
Why? How come you're protecting her?
Didn't I say it earlier? Senpai is a very dear person to me. Even if it's you, I won't allow you to go on. I tighten the grip on the knife in my pocket and glare at Arcoid.
Cheeky you.
Her eyes are bathed again with hostility.
Step aside and I'll forgive you this time. Now. Stop defending her and don't wield that knife against me.
Her crimson eyes waver like burning candles. Her intent to kill is about to be directed towards me instead of Senpai. I gulp. My mind is warning me that it's over if I don't step aside at once, but even still, I can't. I won't pull back until you say you won't do anything to Senpai.
Step aside, Cheeky.
No, you step aside, Arcoid. Didn't you tell me that you didn't kill you don't kill humans? Or is that just a lie?
No, I don't kill humans. But I honor those who surpass human capacity. So I don't mind killing them as something that is my equal. Such as you, or that woman right there.
A step. Arcoid comes closer.
I see. You're wielding that knife against me again.
Another step. She draws closer.
I forgave you the first time, but I don't think I can forgive you the second time. In the first place, I don't think I can be hurt with your knife. Even with your mystic eyes of death perception, you shouldn't be able to see my death right now.
From directly in front of me, her golden eyes after my vision. My heart feels like it stopped. A chill races up my spine. The crushing despair that feels like everything is bearing down on me is far greater than anything during my fight with Nero. I can't do anything. This is what it means to fight Arcoid.
Kiki, this is your last chance. While I can still think, get back. I don't want to lose the first person I've liked just because of that woman.
The chill is collected in my neck. Arcoid is in the perfect position to kill me. If that arm moves, she can rip off my neck before I could use my knife. Even still, this is wrong. Why? I just don't understand, Arcoid. Why are you such a horrible person only to Senpai? I know you're not the most aware of moral principles, but you're not one to speak about killing people so easily.
Kiki?
Arcoid's hostility starts to lessen. She walks away from both of us.
I see. If you support her this much, then I don't know you.
Arcoid?
Just be careful, Shiki. That woman you're protecting, she isn't the person you think she is.
But what are you saying?
You can be tricked and get your blood sucked by her. So long. Don't come crying back to me.
Arcoid walks away without even looking back. The only ones left are me and the wounded, collapsed Senpai. What was she saying such stupid things? Senpai would suck my blood? What a ridiculous lie. It sounds like Senpai's a vampire or something. Saying that, I laugh aloud. Because that isn't possible. Senpai walks around during the day. Well, Arcade is a vampire that walks around during the daytime, but even she gets weak then. But for Senpai, she doesn't change whether it's night or day. First of all, isn't Senpai a member of the church? It's contradicting for a vampire to be in an organization whose purpose is to terminate vampires. More importantly, Senpai. I turn around to check on Senpai. The ground was soaked in blood, so I have to get her to a hospital. Eh? The blood has disappeared. Her black robes that were painted red with flowing blood are now spotless. Senpai stands up as if nothing even happened, and she looks completely unharmed. Senpai, what's going on?
Tono-kun, why did you protect me? Didn't you know she really almost killed you?
Her eyes have no emotion whatsoever. With those vacant eyes like a lifeless doll, she doesn't even hear my question. You ask, why? Because you were going to die. Anyone would do the same thing in that situation.
Even if it means getting yourself killed, Tono-kun? Dedication isn't throwing away your life. Giving up your life to save others isn't dedication or sacrifice. It's just self-love. Why did you...
Her voice is very stern. She admonishes me severely.
You only did that so you would not regret it later. And you are satisfied with just that. To be blunt, it is very troublesome for me. Idealism is a fine thing, but please don't involve me in your selfish justice.
What do you mean? I just didn't want you to die, Senpai. Are you saying that's troublesome? Are you saying it would be alright if Arcade killed you like that?
Yes, it is my life, so it has nothing to do with you. It is too miserable being allowed to live because of the mercy of a vampire.
I'm pissed. Partly because she rejected me even after I protected her. But more than that, don't be ridiculous. What do you think your life is? Don't you see? If you die, it's all over. No matter what horrible things you've done, if you don't keep on living, you'll have all been a lie. You have to keep on living. You have to keep on living because there's nothing else. So what if you're miserable? That's far, far better than not being able to feel that at all.
That's right. You are someone who tasted death 8 years ago. That's why you can be content with such a simple way of thinking.
Her eyes are completely vacant. She speaks without looking at me, like she can't even see herself.
Happy you must be. I cannot say such words.
She steps back as she speaks.
Tono-kun, what she said before is true.
Why are you even saying...
Like Arcade said, I cannot be called human. Didn't you see it, Tono-kun? All the blood which was spilled disappeared like it was never there.
That's...
It's fine. I'm a monster. I'm not a vampire, but my body, it isn't like that of a normal human.
Senpai looks down as she speaks. What are you saying, Senpai? Not a body like a human's? You seem normal to me.
Even if it's like this?
Senpai slowly takes her sword and places it against her neck. Senpai! I don't even have time to stop her. With a clear sound, it slices into her neck. Splat. as if painting my very eyes. Fresh blood sprays everywhere. Drip. Drip, drip. Drip, drip. Drip, drip. Drip. It's beautiful. Captivating my vision, even my whole consciousness. The blood seeps into her black garments. Underneath her shoes, Senpai's white skin is probably mixed with those beautiful crimson lines. A drop of blood flies forth and lands on my finger. It releases me from my momentary captivity and returns me to reality. Before me is Senpai's blood-soaked figure. Senpai! I quickly dash towards her.
There's no need to panic. See? Look at it.
She stops me and points to her neck. The wound is already gone. And all the blood that was there before has vanished too. Like a video being rewound, everything returns to the way it was before. That was strange, and something like the word rewound truly describes it, not healing or regeneration. I can't speak. After seeing that, it's not crazy enough to tell her that she's still normal.
That's how it is. If I could have helped it, I didn't want you to know, Tono-kun.
Senpai gives a sad smile. I don't know what to say.
Just like you said, Tono-kun. I was deceiving you this whole time. So it can't be helped if you get angry at me.
Ah, but I can't blame her. Something like that, even I wanted her to hide it from me forever. I wanted her to stay like the old senpai.
But I do not regret what happened this morning. I was really happy that you said it was fun, that it was a fun time together, and that you wanted to protect me if you could.
Senpai. But those were really peaceful times I wanted to last forever.
Farewell.
To the very end, she gives her perpetual smile and disappears before my very eyes. My mind is in complete disarray. I can't follow after her. Arco had said that Senpai was a vampire. Senpai didn't deny it and even showed me proof, and after saying farewell, she vanished. Even if it was a lie. Even if it was a lie that could easily be seen through, if she simply said it wasn't so, things would have been fine. I can't forget her sad face. Senpai, who was that good of a person, just an underclassman at my school. I didn't want to know she was such a different person. Farewell. Her last words. There's no need to think about what it meant. I knew about her, and I even heard her. But still, she came to see me. But that's all over. I don't want to believe that I'll never see her again. No, this isn't happening. My head doesn't seem to be working. It's just in shock. It's just so shocked that I can't tell why it's in shock. I leave the park with my uncertain memories and faltering steps. Throb. 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 I'm incredibly exhausted. This headache is killing me. More than anything else, without thinking about Senpai or Arcoade or anything at all. I just want to go to sleep. So I think we can probably end it here for today. Looks like we should be able to get both endings next time.
Ooh, nice. Oh man, what I'm gonna thing to end on?
Yeah.
Death.
Yeah, death. Alright, so thanks for watching, everyone. We won't be streaming next week because Misaki's got some real-life stuff to do. We'll be back in 2 weeks' time, I guess.
Yep.
And on Tuesday evening, I'm actually going to be streaming River City Girls Zero with another friend of mine. So, you guys can look forward to that. See you then.